G'day, everyone. How is everyone? Welcome. The great Ethan Van Sciver has summoned you for a meeting, for an audience. You're all going to be audience to the great one. Say hello, Ethan.
Well, I mean, don't build me up like that. Humble, charming, elegant, eloquent, humble. So we put emphasis on my humility. It's really great to be here. I mean, thank you for having me on. Like I was telling you in the quote unquote green room just now, I've been up all night watching your life without Liam videos and thoroughly enjoying them. I mean, really, really, really good stuff. Hello,
Yeah,
chat. Hello.
I'm so glad that you're enjoying them. I think I caught some of yours today when you were talking about it, and I thought, it's really great that you're drawing along to it. And so, because I know Kelsey Shannon also draws along to life live with Liam, and I just love that idea that you guys are sitting there drawing and listening to this madness just unfurl.
Oh, it's so entertaining. And the thing about it is that really, when you're immersed in Comicsgate like we are, we're just like, who's streaming next? Who can we watch next? Who's coming up? And whoever is up, we're watching, we're drawing. This entire summer is it's just like 2019. I mean, I'm just kind of in the house. I'm working. I'm trying to get the sequel to Cyberfrog done much quicker. Try to get it done on time. Get it out early. And so I need to be entertained, and you are entertaining me. So thank you.
I'm glad. What do you think of the new format? What do you think of the life without Liam as opposed to live with Liam?
Well, I must have missed something. I saw like Liam have a series of nervous breakdowns, which were incredibly entertaining. I mean, it was very alarming when QAnon was coming after him, and he was running around the mall like James Bond. A little orange James Bond, like, guys, they're after us. It's serious now. They know that we've won, and we're going to control the comic book industry, and they just can't have that, guys. They blew up my. Did he say my router?
Yep.
They blew up his router.
He couldn't quite decide whether it was his second or his third router they'd blown up, but it was one of those.
I was amazed by that. I was spellbound, and it's like normally I can put something on and just sort of listen to it, but I stopped all activity and just stared at the screen while Liam was running around talking like, look, we're in real trouble now. I mean, there's some people who thought they could get away with making comic books, but they can't. I mean, this is the culture war. This is very serious. Look out. So, excuse me. So that was impressive. And then I saw Liam announce recently, a couple days ago, that he was not going to stream ever again. And I don't know what caused that. I missed that whole part.
Yeah, so what happened was that Liam decided that he needed a break because he is a sensitive soul. He's a very honest and fragile artistic soul.
Oh,
Honest to a fault.
yes.
You could say.
Yeah.
So he was getting a lot of heat with the war campaign dissolution. So he said, I'm taking a break. And I said, oh, for how long? And he said, I don't know. And I said, well, are we talking days? And he said, nah, probably weeks. And I was like, oh, okay, no worries. So I said, see you later. And then every day I kept asking him, so we're streaming tonight, we're streaming tonight. And he kept saying, no, 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 no. And then I kept putting forward like ideas for streams, like different theme streams, trying to grab him with something, and he just refused. So after 4 days, I was like, I really miss talking to people.
Yeah.
I really miss having people in the chat saying really funny things to me at night, which is your morning, but it's my night. And I was getting heaps of messages from people saying, we got nothing to watch in the morning now. So I was like, okay, cool. Well, I'll just start up my my show, and Live Without Liam was born. Now I had a few characters on for the first night, and I think Testify HD came on, and then Mike Oxmore came on.
Yeah.
and basically wiped the floor with Testify HD with regard to Vestige 2.
Oh, it was unbelievable.
And I was just like, oh, okay, well, that was interesting. And then I said, I kicked Mark Coxmore and I said, yeah, don't listen to that guy. He's a dickhead anyway, even if he's right. And then the next day, poor Liam, that evening, I just went to bed, but that evening he got bombarded with people that were just blaming him for the show. And it was just like, he had half of his friends saying, like, sending him a message saying, how dare you try and cancel War Campaign and put Mike Oxmore on to yell at Testify. And then the other half of the people were like, how could you platform War Campaign? Your channel's just a War Campaign channel because it's all War Campaign.
That's why I watch it. That's why I watch it, for the War Campaign stuff.
Yeah, and he said, I'm bushwalking. He's out bushwalking, looking for birds and koalas and shit. And so
that's exactly what I want him to be doing. Don't ask him to come back. He needs to be bushwalking.
Right. That's what I said. So and then he came back and he went into a fury, and he filmed a short 10-minute stream in which he blasted Testify. He blasted Well-Read User 1. God knows what Well-Read User did to him. And then he said, that's it, I quit. And then someone in the chat said something about Zach, like, are you going to apologize to Zach? And he said, fuck Zach.
Oh, shit.
And then he quit. But he wasn't saying fuck Zach as in, like, Zach can get fucked. It was like, fuck, like,
it's like, I don't want to talk about Zach.
That's it. Yeah.
Fuck the idea of talking about Zach. Fuck that.
That's right. That's not going to keep me on YouTube, is what he was saying. It was like,
yeah,
I'm not gonna stay on YouTube and be like Zach, sort of thing. And then so it lasted 41 minutes, and then he came back and he said, I apologize, I haven't quit. And then he went on for another hour monologue. So,
but he's gone now, right? I mean,
for sure.
Okay, all right.
Yeah, I just woke up to that and I didn't know. And I actually, I didn't watch his videos. And I messaged him again. I said, so you're streaming tonight? Because I ask him every night. And he's like, no.
Well, there are a lot of people that are saying, well, maybe by a lot, I mean, just one, Testify HD, is saying he lied about, wanting to quit, having quit, his social media. Evidently he did not lie, and he really did quit social media. He is not going to stream again.
Well, we did have probably a 40-minute provocation on what the word that quit means and its etymology. I think eventually after the 40 minutes, we just agreed to disagree that Liam was a liar.
Yeah. Yeah. Well, for you, I mean, I got to say, this reminds me of, and of course, I live in the 1950s. I mean, I do. All my taste in music, 50s, early 60s. This is like the Martin and Lewis breakup. Jerry Lewis didn't want to break up with Dean Martin. Didn't want to. He wanted to, keep performing as Martin and Lewis, even though he was doing, and Oz, let's be frank, you were doing the majority of the work, weren't you?
I've said that openly a number of times. Yeah, I basically provide all the content for the show, and Liam provides the contacts, because I don't have any. I don't follow anybody, so I don't have any direct contact with creators. Yeah,
so they didn't. So of course, Jerry Lewis went through some time, and I'm comparing you directly to Jerry Lewis now. I don't know how you feel about that, but
this? I would prefer Jerry Lee Lewis, but go on.
No, you don't want. He fucked his 13-year-old cousin and then married her, so you don't want that, or do you? I don't know what goes on in Australia.
We don't really have that sort of thing going here.
Okay, well, in any case, Jerry Lewis went on to have a fine career on his own, more or less. So that's you now. I mean, that's what this show is. This is the Jerry Lewis show, starring Oz. And congratulations, because so far it's very entertaining. It's very entertaining indeed.
I'm so glad that you find it entertaining. I wanted to.
Look at this. The only reason anyone has heard the name of Oz is because of Liam. I beg to differ. I think, yeah, probably predates Liam and, in fact, this gentleman named Oz.
Well, look, it's not a separation or a divorce, because I feel, if I'm going to be totally open and honest with you, I do feel somewhat of a responsibility for Liam's current mental state. So I wouldn't want to just contribute in such a great degree to his distress and then just leave him out.
Why? What
wandering in
did
the
you
bush.
do to? What did you do? What did you do to him?
It's no single thing, but it is a cascade of events that seems to occur when we get together, that I can't help but push him in a direction that he doesn't want to go in.
Should I write to him right now and ask him to come on? I mean, you know he's watching. No. He's watching, right? Isn't he?
I did. Look, I sent him the link to watch, but he may be asleep. He may be asleep. It's midnight there, so he said he's having fun finally going to bed with his fiancée. So
I want to be Frank Sinatra, and I want to bring you two back together again. Yeah. See, that's what Frank Sinatra did in the 70s. He got, Martin and Lewis back together again on stage, and it was very gay.
Yeah, I was going to say, was it any good, or was it like this mobster has used his influence to get us back together, and now we're stuck performing like monkeys?
Awkward, yeah, very awkward. Which is what I want it to be, when this happens. When you guys get together.
So the actual plan, kidding aside, is that when Liam comes back, his show is going to be more of a variety show. So we're going to be putting out a lot more entertainment. We've been putting the call out for musicians and actors and cosplayers and jugglers and all the rest of it. And the worse they are, the better it is, and the better they think they are if they're really bad. And that's just the ultimate. And so that's going to be our show with Liam.
Holy shit, that sounds great. No joke. That actually
it's going to be the best show on the internet. Whereas I will still, and see Liam has a number of very strong rules, Ethan. So I can't help.
What are his rules? You can't just say that and just drop it.
Oh, he has numerous ones. He has an extensive banning policy. I noticed that you banned someone for the first time last night.
Yeah.
But he bans people on as a regular basis. Yeah, he rules with an iron fist.
I don't blame him for doing that. You got to make your internet situation comfy for yourself. I don't usually ban people, not off of YouTube. My moderators have in the past, and I kind of say don't do that. But yeah, for the first time, I who did I ban last night? It was Testify. I did end up. Yeah, I did end up banning. Well, it doesn't matter because he's got 800 alts, so he'll be back.
Yeah, well, that was my theory. that was my theory with Sketch. I was like, you can't ban Sketch because a
lot of people who sound like Sketch will suddenly show up and replace him, and you'll say, "What's gone wrong with society that everyone sounds like Sketch Therapy all of a sudden?" And you'll be like, "Maybe it's me." But no, there are, Sketch actually, when I first spoke to Sketch Therapy, he was quite open with the fact, and I reminded him of this like yesterday. I said, you told me when we first met that you got banned off of Collider, the Collider website, and you made like 50 alts so that you could continue to bother the people at Collider. And he saw nothing wrong with that. That was the way Sketch Therapy is, I guess. He's
a unique butterfly. Have you seen my video of Sketch?
No.
Would you like to see it? It's a little bit painful. It goes on for about 5 minutes.
That's not too long. Let's see it.
No? Okay.
Yeah.
All right. So just to put this in perspective for the audience, because there's probably heaps of people here that aren't aware, Liam and Sketch were friends, and then they had a big brouhaha on his channel. And then after that, Liam was over on your channel, and because Liam had banned Sketch from the show after that argument, and he was over there. And then people were messaging me saying that Liam was a coward. So, and privately, Liam was saying to me, "I'm not ever having Sketch on ever again." I'm like, "No worries." So I pop up in the chat, and I'm like, "Liam," and then I think he had a call in as well. So I called in and told him that I'd organised the next night's showdown between him and Sketch.
Oh shit.
So they had that showdown, but what Liam didn't realize is that I hadn't sent the link to Sketch. I hadn't actually organized this show. I just told Liam that I'd organized it. So I didn't have Sketch's.
The chat is panicked, by the way. The chat's like, "Please, not this again." No, we got to see. I'm sorry, I haven't seen it yet. So
they know what's coming. That's part of this build-up is part of the torture for the chat. So, I hadn't told Liam that I hadn't told Sketch, given him the link, and Sketch is banned on Liam's chat, so he can't go into the chat and ask for the link. And meanwhile, Sketch is over on his channel, and he's stream sniping Liam's channel, and he's doing this wonderful monologue where he's screaming at Liam because Liam's on his show live with Liam, and he's yelling at Sketch for not being there. And like half an hour has gone past, and Liam is just getting furious that Sketch hasn't turned up, and he's saying things like, "You effing made me wait up. I could be asleep. I hate doing YouTube." He's like, I think it went on for about 90 minutes. Then I was like, oh, okay, like he's really going to blow a fuse. So I was like, okay, I'll post the link. And then, so Sketch comes on, they have an argument, and then you pop in and Sketch sort of leaves. But what I didn't realize at the time is that while all the time that Sketch was in the waiting room, and you guys and we're all talking, he was typing in the private chat, and he was streaming that private chat onto his channel, and he was yelling in the. It's glorious. So that is the background to this, and so we get to see the mind of Sketch.
All right.
Let's just share screen. Share audio.
And hail chat, I love you all. I think it's about like 60-40 against me in the chat, but it doesn't matter. I love you guys.
That's all right.
Yeah. I thought it was going to be like 70-30, but God damn it.
Let me in. I want to fix this divide. I only need 2 minutes. Bring me on. This is all bad for business. Liar, bring me on, liar. Let me help clear this all up. I only had 2 points to make you turned on me. I only had 2 points you turned on me in front of all your fans, and then again in front of 1,700 of other fans. Now you lie about how I said have it out in the open. I have video that shows your words are lies. I said I liked it in the open. No show is sunball for you to control through group pressure, and every time you talk of this you skip that and call me a crazy vet. You coward. I only had 2 points. I will keep making them and dragging me through the mud and calling me crazy for having 2 points to make is dirty Liam Bizak Geo. I had 2 points instead of hearing me. You blasted me on your show, then blasted me on Caesar's show by calling me crazy and ignoring my 2 points. You are not a pro, you are here to sow division. You are either the enemy or a tool of the enemy. If you are not the enemy, stop being the tool. Calling me a
No.
tool. What people expose, poke fire, not you, bitch. Richard C. Meyer, go ahead, tell him who exposed the people who stole your face.
Oh.
Put me early. Oh, he discovered all these ops. Let's see them, our hero. Let's see all these ops.
God, the music makes it even worse.
The fact is, it's not me. You are just doing what you accuse me of doing. What you are doing to me, I'm showing life. Keep lying on air about me being that you boy Zach. Keep lying. I tried, but you wouldn't listen. You put me on blast and told everyone. You are on my live stream. I'm not by myself. Everyone on my stream is watching. Caesar in live streaming this. He accuses me of things over and over. He's lying. Read everything back here. Credit all. I am not lying. I'm showing everything he is doing, and I'm not talking to myself. He is lying. I don't give a fuck if he's good at it. I don't have to like it. I had 2 points instead of listening. He blocked me, then puts me on blast and called me insane for my 2 points, like Marvel would do, like DC would do. Because he's an idiot, I usually issue truce if I see no malice, but he doubled and tripled down against me, so fuck him. He does have tiny balls. I am not done with it. Because I'll only get angrier and stronger, that's why. Debates for face me, cheated the debates for
Jesus
this year.
Christ.
I do a lot of deep dives, this is true. I don't care how irresponsible you are, I can speak of it in my platform. There is no peace while you continue to slam me. I do not retract a single thing. I don't trust you based on how you treated my concern and dismissed me in front of thousands because of my brain injury. Caesar is here, he can read me. Ask him if he will even try to stop me. Liam. They aren't telling you they'll tell me anything. They're telling you don't fuck with Sketch. I'm not having fun with 7 elevated war.
This is still Sketch talking to himself.
Military injury in my face to hundreds of pins. Don't you listen? He is an injured vet. Fuck you, Liam. You wrong, and you know I went to you first, and you couldn't even look at your chat, but you're so concerned for the customers, and it rated height. I don't trust you because of how you treated me over and over, and that won't change till you do. My injury doesn't make my words evil or lies. I'm not having fun with you, Mr. Creator, and your little friends muting me over and over. Well, you can't even look at the customers in the chat, and now you begrudge me warning you.
Sketch, you're typing to nobody.
When were we friends, bitch? What betrayal?
Well, I mean, I guess now people are hearing it.
I'm brain damaged, that's all EMP Zach Geo says over and over. I doubt that as much as I doubt the harmless injury you showed on Twitter. Blotch of blood on your forehead, no cut, though isn't that odd. And I don't write in your BS blood on forehead stunt trumps the military record I sent Caesar. Oh yes, Caesar knows I'm an actual injured vet, and I made videos to show my face is the one on the military ads. I don't know about your fake Twitter forehead injuries, bitch. I am everything I say I am. Needs the research now for Australian what now? There is no professional courtesy in slamming me publicly for bringing to you the issues your mods hid. You understand that Caesar is right here. He will tell you himself. He's not gonna stop me, Mr. Professional. The light is the truth.
Is it almost over?
About how I tried to approach you and was blocked by your
No.
god army, then bashed for going around. It makes you a disingenuous prick with a feed loop barrier in your mods. Your mod army ignores my points and spams me about my injury. When I throw around your mod army to get to you, you put me on blast, then you did it in front of 1,700. My points will only get clearer, and I'm not stopping. You are a cunt that sucks mod cock, same as all the war-seeking elevated salad tossers who infiltrated war campaign. Tell me, can all your mods spam all the time? Why are my own words unhearable? We can all see it. Do you believe me, evil? Why are you tossing the salad of every mercer who infiltrates to see you later?
Is it done? Is it done?
It is done.
God damn it. That's a lot. He has a lot to say. You know, I Sketch is someone who you kind of gotta go, it's okay, man. Everything's okay. Because I'll get messages like that from him too in DMs. I like Sketch, but man, Sketch gets up a head of steam, and he's got to tell you all this shit that means absolutely nothing to you. And he's got to tell it all. I can't read it. You know, I've gotten super chats recently that describe like war campaign drama, and I've had to read them slowly and aloud a few times to understand what the fuck they're talking about. And Sketch Therapy will fill my DMs with stuff very similar, but I don't take the time. I was on a live stream. I will take the time to dissect a super chat telling me about war campaign drama. But in private, I have no such obligation to anyone, Oz. So I ignore it.
I think it's an extraordinary voyage into the mind of someone like Sketch.
Yeah. Sometimes he can. Sometimes he can be very rational and convincing. I think Sketch is usually correct about things. I think Sketch is Scooby Doo of the internet.
Well, that's one of the amusing things, and that's why it's so important to have a free Sketch roaming around, because he is generally correct.
Yeah,
it's part of the charm. It's.
But he's correct about things that I don't care about, and that's
Well,
that's
yeah.
the
I mean,
thing,
it's not important things, but
Yeah.
You don't want to take everything for granted, everything that he says.
No, I won't. I don't want to take it at all. I don't. Oz. But I love Liam's overreaction to him. I saw that. I thought that was great. Liam just does not want to humor Sketch. I saw him with his face on fire in a Deadwood Dale video, screaming at the top of his lungs at Sketch, and that was great. I mean, that's great. I mean, that's art. That's actual art that's being made in Comicsgate. So I have to.
It's all art, Ethan. It is all art.
I think so.
And it's the power of art. It's the power of the creative spirit within you that protects you from these evil forces.
Yeah.
Speaking of which, Testify HD, if you're in the chat, you're supposed to have a competing stream at this time.
Yeah, I saw him say that.
How much did you get up to? Sorry, Ethan. How much did you watch up to of last night's stream?
I watched it all, and he kept saying, when you're going to stream, I'm going to launch a stream 1 minute before you, and I said, how would you know? How would you know how to do that? What if he launches a surprise stream? Would you go back in time 1 minute and start your stream? It just seemed like a flawed plan. It seemed like a threat that was kind of hollow, and not one for you to worry about, because he couldn't possibly follow through on always being 1 minute ahead of you, Oz. So I want to tell you, don't worry about that.
Okay.
Okay, you feel better.
You've calmed me in that regard. You've made me feel better about the threat of Testify ruining my channel.
Now, of course,
competition.
Yeah, if Testify were to get on a live stream every single day and shadow you, there's no doubt that he would absolutely blow you out of the water in terms of entertainment value, performance. People would go over there to watch Testify do whatever Testify does on his own. I don't know what he does.
Well, talk about Star Wars Girl, probably.
All right, I might go over there. Given the choice, I might.
I made certain not so veiled threats to my audience that if they went over there, I'd be quite disappointed in them.
I saw that. I thought that was a really sincere moment, in your live stream. You just said, look, I don't want you guys to go over there. I mean, he kept saying 1 minute. 1 minute. He was like the kid from Better Off Dead with his $2. He was like, 1 minute. 1 minute. And you just said, please don't go over there. I don't want to lose any of you. I want you guys to watch my show. And I was compelled.
I wouldn't be here. I wouldn't be here if I didn't enjoy people joining in.
Yeah, most certainly.
And just so the chat knows, we are going to open it up because Ethan does want to chat to you, but we're just going to chat a little bit more about what Ethan's up to, and maybe I just wanted to show Ethan one scene from last night's stream and get his opinion on it.
Okay, I can't wait. Let's see it.
All right. Let's see if I've got the right one.
Oh, shit.
Do you think it was smart that you
think it was smart? I reckon you could
think it was
set up
smart.
a print.
Do you think it was smart Liam
I'm doing
said
pretty well.
F Zach. Do you think it was a smart idea for him to say F Zach?
I don't think
That
that.
I would say that might have crossed a little bit of a line.
No, don't
honest with
answer it for him. Ask him. I'm asking him. Do you think it was smart for him to say fuck Zach?
do I think it was smart?
Is that?
Ooh,
Let me say yes, that.
Let
a
him
very
answer,
interesting
guys.
question. Do I think it was smart?
Hail, Felix. Good to see you, buddy.
I'm not
Wow.
sure, but you know what? You know what I wouldn't do? I would never want to change Liam. So I would never want to douse his passion.
You
Okay,
already
so now
have
here-
called
now-
him a liar earlier.
Okay, testify. Hold on.
Oh my god, that
You
shit's
know,
fun.
this is what he wants you to do. He's avoiding the question. Do
I
you
know,
think
just-
it was smart to say fuck Zach?
One of the worst things
You think
about
he was a wise
Testify
business-
HD, one of the worst things is that he has, he's got a 2-digit IQ. And he talks to people who are clearly far more intelligent than he is. Now, I'm not. I have, listen, I have a 1-digit IQ. But you're clearly smarter than Testify HD is. And he wants to go over it with you over and over again and try to bully you into answering a stupid, question that has a yes or no answer. And he'll slow it down for you. Answer my question. Do you think? And you're talking to me like I'm really, really dumb, and I'm clearly very intelligent. Could you please give me the dignity of speaking to me like an adult with a brain? No. Testify HD is going to talk to you like you, are a 5-year-old. It is really, it's extraordinarily frustrating watching or interacting with this guy. I chose not to last night. I chose to kind of put him in a box so that I could actually say what I had to say. But this entire stream, which I couldn't stop watching, it's 6 hours of torture with this guy. I don't know how you did it. I had to applaud you in the comments.
I'm a man of patience.
Extraordinary patience. You should apply for sainthood. All right, go ahead. I'm sorry. You keep playing the video.
I don't think it will affect his business, no.
Do you think it was wise?
Well, see, you're asking me for a subjective...
No, I asked you, do you think it was wise?
This is what we're talking
you
about.
say-
Well, no,
fuck
it is subjective.
Zach.
It is subjective, but it's your perspective. I think.
Just...
I mean, you're
you
trying
see
to
what
give
you see
a
what I
little
was having to put up
nuance.
with?
Yeah, you go. Wait, let me just answer your question, your stupid question, with a little bit of nuance for the fact that I have respect for my audience, and I want to give them something to chew on. No, answer the question. Was it smart? Yes or no?
What had happened also just prior to this, he'd rage quit the channel. He'd rage quit the show, and he came back another hour later, and he was still angry.
I saw that. Yeah.
And so this is just after. So he's angrily demanding this yes or no answer. And
Why does he care? I don't understand why he cares. If what is it to him that Liam said "fuck you, Zach"? Like, what does it mean to him? What does he care? Like, who is he? Like a big booster of Zach's, or just he's particularly angry with Liam, or what is it?
You shouldn't really be going down the why in that regard. I couldn't get a straight answer out of him as to why he was even retweeting memes. See, I couldn't get that straight answer. So delving any deeper into his motivations is not productive, really.
Oh, okay. Let's not bother then.
Yeah, and that's a fair
And
enough.
this is what we're talking about. This has been the whole 5 hours.
But this isn't. I will answer, but this isn't about me.
Answer it,
It's
Liam.
about to
Ask
be.
Liam, Oz, whatever you want to call yourself now. Do you think it was a wise thing?
You're the same person.
There's 2 rules. that I adhere
Wow.
to.
You can't
Okay,
do
man,
it.
it's a yes or no question.
No,
I have broken it down so easy
Do you
for
want me to answer you properly?
Can you answer yes or no?
Okay,
No,
say,
because I'm going to give you a
Because
proper
you're full of
answer.
shit.
No,
you say
let him
yes or
an-
no.
Okay, let's
and
hear
then
let's
you
hear
do-
his answer.
You see what I had to put up with?
They're trying to corral you into like
Now,
yes
just
or no.
keep in mind, everyone, this is 5 hours and 12 minutes that I have been putting up with this exact scenario. This is no different to the last 5 hours that had just happened. So
It is amazing. It's amazing to
5 hours.
watch.
reason.
Let's hear
Let
his
him answer.
long,
Let him answer.
coordinated answer. But just know this, Oz. I'm going to come back to. Do you think it was wise to say "fuck Zach"?
No,
Just
let him
know
answer.
that. I'm not gonna let it
That's a nice testicle. But
let him answer how he wants, but Oz, make sure there's a yes or no in there. Let's try to meet on a happy middle here. So,
we'll see.
You guys are too nice. That's the thing. Both of you guys are nice guys.
Thanks.
I'm asking him
Thanks,
a
man.
straight question.
I'd like
Yeah,
you
yeah.
to testify.
I don't care if you don't like me either. That's the thing.
No, let him answer. Let him answer. Good.
Let's hear it.
You want me to answer? You gonna let me answer?
Answer
I've been
the
trying to
fucking
answer for
question.
the last
Do you
5
think
minutes.
it was smart for him to say "fuck Zach"?
I have 2 rules that I may break in the future, but these are the 2 rules, and this is the advice that I give to anyone that asks this question. Okay? Never talk smack about Zach or Ethan.
These are good rules.
Why?
Now, why?
What?
I think
Are
that
you
should never.
serious?
Yeah.
Are you serious?
I think.
No.
as a
Let him hang himself, please.
No,
He's
let him
done it for
finish.
5 hours. He doesn't realize he's done it yet. That's the best part right now.
They're outraged.
Because, right? Talking
Keep going.
smack about the founders, essentially, of like big CG, like the core group.
Bandito,
Right?
mute.
I think is
Bandito, mute.
You don't want me to stop. You don't want me to answer. Like,
Let him
do you
please.
want an
Let him
answer or not?
answer.
Wow.
Do you think it's interesting, this reaction from these 3 people?
Well, I think it's interesting because, you didn't say never criticize Ethan or Zach. See, that would be different. Like, if you said that should engender that kind of a reaction. You said don't talk smack about them, which means do not disrespect them in a way that's egregious, right? I mean, that's kind of what that implies. And they still reacted with like, what? How could you say that? How dare you ask us to be gentlemen with manners and respect for people who are actually helping our cause, who work tirelessly for this thing that we profess to believe in. That's an outrage. Did they hear you wrong, or what do you think? Do you think they heard you say don't disrespect? Do you think they said don't criticize? Or
No, because I clarified it just after this. We'll get to it where I clarify it. But I just thought the reaction was very telling that as soon as I said, don't talk smack about you and Zach, their mouths dropped to the floor like that was somehow that narrative means that I'm going to be cancelled. It's a very interesting bow to be drawn there.
Do you feel like you're going to be canceled now?
We live in a culture of possible cancellation, but I have to admit, Ethan, that I do have somewhat of a trump card in that, and that is being artistically gifted. Being artistically gifted,
yeah. I saw your video game, which I thought was really good. I didn't understand why it was met with such ridicule. It was a very harsh response. And he kept. I'm going to do a video. I've got to do a video as well where I take some snippets from that stream. He got increasingly angry the more I played the video game. Until he said that he was going to leave this. He gave me a 10-second countdown that he was going to leave the stream if I didn't stop playing the game. Wow. Yeah. Could you show people the game? I mean, do you have it up, or is it going to be hard to show? You could just rewind the video and show it. Yeah. Because I mean, you took your character, which is a vagina clam, and you made I don't know, like an open world game full of other vagina clams.
Mm.
I couldn't
It's
do that.
it's the beginning. I'm making I'm calling it CG Racer. So it's a racing game for CG characters. So I'm building it up, and it's going to be you know, Cyberfrog car, and I've actually got this really great big Cyberfrog 3D model that's sitting in the middle of the city, but I haven't shown it yet.
Can I see it or no? I want to see.
No, you have to wait for everybody else.
Fuck.
Sorry.
All right, well, show your video.
I actually want to hear what he has to say. Let him say.
Okay. So I think that they have built up enough goodwill, and I think that they have they are so essential to the CG movement that my advice to any creator, and this isn't advice to fans, this is just an advice to creator, because I'm a creator, I'm talking about Liam as a creator. My advice is you do not talk smack about those two creators, because they are founding members. They have a lot of respect from many thousands of people.
Well,
right? Now, that does not mean that you can't question them as a creator and say, why are you employing an anti-CG or something? Or why are you getting involved with Dynamite or whatever? You can ask those questions, but frame it in a conversational way, frame it with respect. And when you deal with Ethan, when you deal with Zach, be respectful. If they come on your show, it's a real bonus for your show. They don't have to come on your show. If they feel comfortable enough to come on your show, that is great, right? These are the two creators that I advise other creators to simply be respectful of. Now, War Campaign has been unable to do that. And I was shocked, personally, the War Campaign was unable to respect Ethan. That was my big shock.
Yet they respected Zach still at the same time.
Well, yeah. I don't really care about.
No, wait. No, let me have this with him. I'm letting him hang himself, because the thing is this: was it smart for Liam to say fuck Zach?
That's right. I give a 5-minute detailed, philosophical answer and guidance to these three Nimrods, right?
Oh.
And it just comes back to this ridiculous yes or no answer. It's
Save your breath.
Yes, I see what you have said there, but is it yes or no?
I mean, unreal.
It's amazing. And I timed because I saw that you got a little bit inspired by that video, and so you wanted to have some people on to ask you some tough questions. And I saw you had Testify come on, but I timed how long your patience lasted.
Yeah,
how long do you think it was?
Not long. Well, first of all, one of the things that annoyed me was I felt ambushed by him, because he would have been welcome to come on if he came on as Testify HD, and I saw him coming. But he, I was like, oh, it's Star Wars guy. What the fuck? He's on the show. So I felt like annoyed by that. But yeah, I've spoken to him before, and I've always found it difficult to speak with him, because he's incredibly hostile and aggravating and stupid, and all of those things make it very difficult to have a conversation with him. And I wouldn't mind. People who don't like me, they're gonna open up the chat here and let some war campaigners who are upset with me come in. I'd like to listen. But with that comes, somebody else listening too. And the other person, we kind of exchange ideas and not have some idiot, jackass yelling over you and saying, did I say that? Did I say that? Did I say that? Did I say that? Like some weird autist, when you're sitting there trying to express a slightly more complicated thought to him than yes or no. And that's why I find that particular individual absolutely, not worth talking to. But anyone else, come on in. And I watched a couple of your streams and I saw some war campaigners complaining. And was quite interested in answering those things because I open up my stream every now and then for people to come in and talk to me, and you know what always happens?
People come in and plug their products and say how wonderful you are.
That's right. So it's like, and that's great. That's not what I'm looking for. I'm actually looking for the people who come on your show when they think that I'm not watching and have a lot to say and say some strange things because I would like to answer those strange things. And I feel like conspiracies grow that way, misunderstandings grow, and I have a good ear for real criticism and want to listen to people who actually have something important and valuable to say to me. But people like that guy can go fuck himself. I mean that guy's a lunatic. But I think it's a good idea for the things that the people who say these things. The people who say these things say, we want to talk, we want to be heard, we want to, he should listen to criticism. Well, I don't hear the criticism. I hear fuck you, EBS, from Delta Spurg, who, by the way, Delta Spurg, you have not identified one item of my clothing in the past 3 months. So fuck you. That was your whole mission. You have failed. And I know, and you failed the last 3 times you tried. So in any case, yeah, come on in here and talk to me and tell me what's up.
I have to say that one of the fascinating things about you, Ethan, is the number of conspiracies and really out there conspiracies about your behavior while you're not making comics.
Yeah.
It's amazing. The shit that gets put around to what you're doing is, yeah. I don't know anyone that could have enough time to have as many alts as you do.
I have 0. Oh, I have 1 alt. And I will tell you, I've shown it before. I have 1 alt, and it's Skyver Ethan. And I used it to yell at Tim Doyle and Renfamus last year. And I haven't used it again. And I see people saying that I am full Yakuza Ronin. I am not. In fact, I quite embarrassingly DM'd full Yakuza Ronin and said, "You're Mr. Dongs, right?" And she said, "How dare you?" to me. Obviously somebody from Kiwi Farms, but not Mr. Dongs. So I was sad about that. I thought it was Mr. Dongs. And then there's this Despotilus character who used to be called Uncle Ehe. And why would I do this? Why would I do this? Why would I adopt alts that were so very, very close to characters that I created that were formally named after things that were directly related to me? If I wanted to attack War Campaign, if I wanted to bother people, and not use my real name, why would I be so obvious? And I can prove, Oz, that these people are not me.
How can you possibly prove such a thing?
Because I can show you the DMs that I've had with them or received from them.
That doesn't prove anything, Ethan. You could have sent those DMs to yourself.
I think if you see them, maybe you'll change your mind. Because Despotilus in particular, I never responded to him. He sent me a list of why would I do this? He took a photograph of everybody who was in the War Campaign Discord. It says bathhouse being recorded. And there is a list of names. And he wrote to me, and this was just Thursday. He said, "George is pretty openly sucking on the teat of War Campaign, but Micah tries to be slick and pretend he is fence sitting." Shaking my head. Oh, well, back to memeing the memers. So that would be weird for me to send to myself. And I could go and show the interaction in which I accused poor Yakuza of being Mr. Dongs. And I will not show it. I will read it because I think we have something against showing DMs. We don't show DMs, except in rare occasions in which you do not respond to DMs and you receive DMs and you consider them to be harassing. So I said, "Holy shit!" And full Yakuza Ronin wrote back a big smiley face, looking sideways and smirking. And I said, "Write my dialogue for the rest of my life." And she responded with a fiery avatar, and she said, "I draw from my muse." And I said, "Are you a Mr. Dong's? Wait, are you and Mr. Dong's one and the same?" And she responded, "No way. Now you insult me?" And then a crying with laughter emoji. And then sent me another one of her responses to the War Dong and said, "You may have missed this one, devil horns." So there you go. That's my interaction with these people. But yeah, I mean, full Yakuza Ronin is so goddamn brilliant and so smart. I just said, please, from now on, I need a dialogue coach. You write all my stuff from here on out. I need you.
That would be interesting.
Sorry, Mr. Dongs. Sorry.
All right, all right, everyone, prepare yourselves. We've got George coming on, and he's gonna unveil wise old man wisdom upon us, which is gonna make 0 sense.
Can't wait.
Greetings,
George.
greetings.
Hi, George.
Hail, Ethan. It's Caesar of Comicsgate. Hail, Oz. I had a tremendous time yesterday. I'm sad that my wife put me in the doghouse at the end.
Did you see that, Ethan?
Uh,
Did you miss that bit? It was very quick. George was yelling at me, and then his wife came and busted him streaming.
Oh, I did see that. And by the way, I was behind a little bit, and I heard George's voice, and I went, "Is George Mike Oxmall, whatever his name is?" Yeah, is that George? Because George sounds a lot like him, and then I missed the fact that his identity was revealed in the prior stream. So
No. I don't sit behind avatars or what you call aliases. But Oz, it was a great stream yesterday. I had a lot of fun. I was red-faced laughing. It was a tremendous happy time. I just want to tell you that. I put it in chats. I just want to tell you in person. Terrific time. Absolutely terrific.
Thank you very much, George. Maybe next time you come on, you can be nicer.
What? You didn't? What? How nice can I be? I went back in time. Oh my gosh. Okay.
Next time you're there talking with a clearly psychotic, crazy person, maybe you could not agree with him. So,
Oh, that was the fun of the satire moment. Ethan, I'm excited about the Cyberfrog toys that you're making. I really am.
yeah, because you're a toy maker yourself, aren't you?
Yeah, yes, I am. Yes, I am, sir. I make my own stuff with my 3D printers, and I have to tell you that the one thing that I'm really excited about, while I'm not backing your project until you have 3 books to put together, it's not that I'm not excited about each of your projects.
Mm-hmm.
It's just that I really like to have something meaty in my hands with on a one-time purchase. And everything I've seen so far, it's terrific, absolutely terrific.
Oh, thanks. Wait until the 4th book. Then you might as well just wait until the 4th book.
I'm gonna your 4th book, sure. Is it the one question I have is it the how many books have you mapped out? I mean, is it going to be an ongoing world? Forget about having other creators to continue the world. Your work. It's as an example, like John Byrne, his run on X-Men. That's my volume right there. And what is your run on Cyberfrog? Is it 5 books, and then you're going to open it up to other creators?
I had a dream that I made 20 Cyberfrog books that were 48 pages each. That was my dream that I had. I woke up and said, yeah, I'd be happy with that. So I have mapped out the first 5 issues. And I just finished mapping out issue 5 last week. That's that. But the first 4 issues I'm calling Cyberfrog Season 1, and I'm gonna package them all together. And then Season 2 starts with issue 5. It's called the Pollen Kingdom, and
Right.
yeah, we just go from there. But I don't ever want to stop. I really enjoy drawing Cyberfrog. I want to draw it at my own pace. I don't want to be rushed like I was at DC. It's not important to me that the book comes out monthly or bi-monthly. I think annually or semi-annually is good enough for me. But it is going to be what I consider to be my life's work. And at the age of 45, it's like you start going, all right, well, what do you own? What are you leaving behind? And this is, that's Cyberfrog to me. But I would say if you're going to wait, you might as well wait for the, all 4 issues. And feel free to snatch up a toy, though.
Well, I am going to be doing that when they become individually available. The $200 box is it's not my thing, but it is a wonderful concept. The next question I have is what really worries me is that creators would actually have something like you just said, a large run and mapped out and stuff like that, and they won't be able to get to it, and that really makes me sad, because there's a lot of creators out there who have passed away and they couldn't finish the work that they have put together. I mean, there's a great, immense talent that just disappeared out of our life, and 40 years of work producing 1 book a year. That's a long time, sir.
Sure, I expect to be working on Cyberfrog then until I'm 65, and
So
then I'll
how
retire.
many issues do you think that is, Ethan?
I'm hoping 20. I mean, that's what I'd like to do. I'd like to do 20 big Cyberfrog books.
Okay. Well, George, why don't you just wait, like to get a discount on shipping? Why don't you just wait till about the 20 issue? If Ethan dies beforehand, I understand that you might miss out on a few books if he dies and doesn't fulfill his 20th
That'll be
issue.
a bummer. Yeah, I'll feel bad about that.
Yeah.
Well, having an incomplete volume is always a sad thing to see on my bookcase.
Well, I hope I don't die, George. I mean, I hope you don't die either.
No, sir. I'm not even suggesting about death. I'm just after a very long run on something, however great it is. There's the concern that you become a little tired of it and slow down. I don't say that your art or your work itself in whole is going to be diminished. It's just there's a lot of life between now and 60 years old.
George,
barriers that would get in the way. Yes.
George,
This is
sorry.
depressing.
You're really entertaining, but I've just got to cut you off just for a sec. Your boy Zach wants to come on and talk to everybody.
Thank you very much.
Right. No, you stay here. You stay here. You can stay. I'll just bring on your boy Zach for everyone.
Okay, sure.
Your boy Zach.
Hi, everyone. It's your boy Zach. And what's the deal with YouTube?
Exactly, Zach. Tell us what the deal is.
It's a way to take out that scrappy new breed, even if they're just new to the industry, not new to Earth.
I wouldn't call myself a scrappy new breed though.
Basically zero. It's all these kind of people who want your spot.
You're making a lot of sense.
She was defending the last one, but it's still a girl dog, a female versus a male, and the male's much stronger, and he just chewed the mama to pieces, and then the puppy was howling but looked okay, just a tiny little bit of blood.
Wow. Zach's gone to some dark places on this stream.
Yeah, I mean, out of apropos of nothing, I guess. Even though there are people in the chat who are saying, watch Zach's video if you want to know what this is all really about. By the way, come on in here. You guys who have that attitude, come on in here and confront me with that attitude. Confront me with those ideas. I invite you to. I'm not going to yell. I'm not gonna...
Make sure you're still subscribed.
Stop that. I'm not going to yell. Come in here and talk to me about it. You know, they're like, Ethan's lying. Ethan is canceling. Come on in here and tell me that. I don't, you know, it's silly. How could you be afraid of me after all we've meant to each other?
They're generally more than willing to come on and yell at me. Ethan.
Yeah, this is what I don't understand. Do not let Andino Palacio in here. He's just going to be quiet. He won't talk.
Oh no! If he wants to come in, I'll get him to talk. Come in, Andino.
He won't. No. He won't talk. That's his.
He'll talk to me. He'll talk to me.
All right. Let's see.
All right. So George, have you got any other great pearls of wisdom that you want to share with EVS?
No wisdom. There was just questions.
Oh, go on. Any more?
No, that was it. No, that was it. The toys were of great interest to me. Great interest.
Okay,
thanks, George.
Thanks,
George, I'll try. I will not die. I will not. Promise.
Again, I didn't suggest death at all. It's just I really enjoy having one artist, one creator's works on my shelf, however long. I mean, the time when John Byrne left, I think it was around 245 of his Fantastic Four run. That really made me sad because he was one book away from completing his entire run, and he just jumped ship, went to another publisher, and you had that run completed by somebody else. It didn't make me happy. I mean, I have the run of his Fantastic Four. It's just, you know, the ending kind of became like Game of Thrones. You understand what I'm saying?
I know what you mean, but I don't think Cyberfrog is going to be something where other people are going to come in and fill in for me. I will wear thicker glasses as I get older. I will wear arthritis gloves. I will draw Cyberfrog because I like it. I really enjoy drawing Cyberfrog. I have a lot of story to tell, and I like I said, I want to leave behind. I look at the Cyberfrog books, and in fact, I'm trying to convince other comic skaters to look at what we're doing this way too. I mean, you know, it's a new way of thinking about comic books, but you know, stop thinking of them as monthly floppies that are disposable. Start thinking of them as you know, the new Harry Potter book. You know, so it's like J.K. Rowling before she was canceled would put out these great. You know, she'd get everyone excited for the next edition of Harry Potter. And people were excited about it, and it stayed on the shelves, and it sold a shitload. That's kind of what I want to do with Cyberfrog as well. We got
it would seem that the marketplace is actually forcing Marvel and DC to actually water down the number of books that they're putting out and spreading it out further in distribution at times.
Boring.
Well.
Oh my God! Yes, is this the real Mike Oxmall?
This is Mike Oxmall.
Oh.
There you go. There you go. We are not the same person.
Well, I figured that out already.
I gotta go. Hail everybody.
Hail George.
Goodbye.
Spookier. You're spookier this time, Mike.
Am I really?
George doesn't like you, obviously, Mike.
That's okay. Not many people do. Only my boyfriend Larry really does.
Larry, yeah.
The firefighter.
I think you've ruined your voice. You've lost your edge.
Yeah, I don't like this. This isn't as good as the mic that I just got done listening
I've
to.
been working on the railroad.
Oh, hi.
Hi, Lidl.
Didn't expect to get in so quickly.
Oh, people. Ethan has scared all my guests away. So
I guess even
you get to come straight
sort of does that. That's hi there, Uncle E.
Hi, welcome, Lidl.
Read your damn super chats, man.
Oh, it's you. Oh,
Yeah.
well,
that's me.
I did, but you'd already gone to bed, and so I did send you.
No, I didn't go to bed. My phone died.
Oh, okay. I sent you a message on Twitter,
Yeah,
right?
I did. I saw
Okay.
it.
Why
I
did you
signed
kill
up
her
now.
phone, Ethan?
She warned me
Also-
several times, but I was what was I don't know what I was doing, but
You were busy. You were busy with the autismo.
yeah. So sorry about that, Lidl.
No,
Are
don't
you
worry
bringing
about
our
it.
campaign back?
But, great work.
Thank you.
And
All right.
same goes to us. Awesome
Lidl.
work, man.
Awesome work on what? What do you like? Tell me what you like about my stuff.
I mean, you're
Got rid
working
of
on the
Liam.
art for Xenotype, right?
Sorry, say again.
Didn't you work on the art for Xenotype?
No, that's the magnificent Mr. Odie.
Odie,
Ah. Well.
He's a handsome young man that hails from Greek Isles, and
Guess that's my mistake then.
yeah. I look, EBS. Don't you wish you could be 19 again, with all that hair and all that energy, all that drive, that singular focus to draw 6 pages a day?
Yeah, I do. I really do. It'd be great. I wish I could go back in time and be able to draw like I do now, but be 19 years old and have my hair and be skinny. Damn it. Perfect.
Guess I'm just glad I don't have the testosterone problem.
How old are you, Lidl?
27.
Okay. And where you got a bit of an accent? Where are you from?
I am from a place called Swamp, Germany, aka the Netherlands.
Right. And how is it in the Netherlands? What do you do? Are you on? Have you been furloughed or have you
No,
still
I'm
working?
actually an essential. I'm a chemist.
Oh, cool. All right. Like an actual chemist?
Yeah, an actual
Or
chemist.
An actual chemist. Awesome. EVS, it takes a lot of qualification to become an actual chemist.
I know. It
Do you
took me a
now?
long time to get my meth lab up and working, but
So, can I start calling you Heisenberg then?
yeah. What's my name? Say my name.
No, I'm just gonna keep calling you Uncle E.
I prefer it. Thank you.
So how did
Looks like we got more Dutch people in here.
How did you find Comicsgate, Lidl? What's your connection as a professional chemist?
The thing is, I'm a long-time Green Lantern reader, so I kind of got in with Even.
Right.
Cool.
Like, I started watching Even back when he was still doing art videos and doing portfolio reviews.
Yeah, it's funny.
Cool.
It's like I think most people now know me more as a YouTuber than a comic book artist, and I swear to God, I don't know why more comic book artists don't just do a small YouTube show on the side and try to get more fans because they're there.
I would honestly love more tutorial videos and more so on stuff like paneling and such.
Yeah, like a few people have asked me to do that. I'm thinking about it. What I would do is if I were to do that again, I would do it within the context of, hey, we're working on Cyberfrog 2 right now. So what lessons can I teach you from what I'm working on right now? Otherwise, I just don't have as much time anymore. But
Yeah, I
You
mean,
know, I was
you've got
watching,
your own life to deal with and such.
I was watching David Finch's videos,
Mhm.
and I watched a few of those as much as I could, but it is really hard to just sit there and watch people slowly draw.
It's
Ethan.
excruciating.
Yeah.
It's not good content at all. It's very boring. So what I would do is I would speed it up. I would have to do things. I don't know. I'd have to speed up the drawing.
If there's one more question I could ask you, do you have any good material on how to get better on art? Like, is there any go-to books or other materials?
I don't know if there are books there are lots of books that are gonna help you. That'll teach you things. but it really is repetition and practice. It's there's so much of it. So much of it is about being around other artists and taking hints from them and taking lessons from them, getting advice and getting scrutiny. That's the best way to grow and grow quickly. And that's what I recommend. I mean, hang out with other artists. Go to. I don't know if there are any comic book conventions left, but go and meet more people.
Not right now.
No, unfortunately.
And they're not really that big on this side of the pond, anyways. So.
Yeah.
You should try and do some life drawing classes. That's my advice.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, if you can find them, usually you can get together with like a group of other people, and 5 or 10 euros each. You can hire a model for an hour to pose. And you do that
Thanks.
once a week or so.
Yeah, thanks for the tip.
Good luck, Lidl.
All right.
Yeah.
Catch you later, Lidl.
See ya.
Where did Mike Coxmall
I
go?
kicked him because he was being annoying. If he's
How
back.
was I annoying? I didn't mean to.
I thought he
offend.
left on his own. I was like, why would he just sit around and okay? How you doing, Mike?
I'm doing great, Ethan. How are you?
I'm really, really good, and enjoyed your 2 appearances that I could find on this show and with Liam. Like you versus Umbrella Guy was fun. I thought you were Preston too, and
How can I
then
be Preston?
yeah, no, I don't. I know that you're not Preston now. And then I really enjoyed your very calm. Again, the way you talked to Testify HD was. I wanted to talk to him that way, but I couldn't. I couldn't find the patience to do that. All I could do was shout at him and put him away, so I didn't have to listen to him while I was trying to say what I wanted to say.
What did you really want to say?
I wanted to say to him that he's an imbecile, and I think that he is influencing other people to be imbeciles too, in something that I used to think was a pretty good idea. I used to really like War Campaign. I thought they were a lot of fun. They added this kind of troop mentality to Comicsgate with Hail this and an identity that made it kind of fun, and it just turned sour. And I think he had a lot to do with it. Not just him, there are others, but him in particular. I found him to be particularly egregious, and I resent him for that. So I think I yelled at him maybe too much.
Do you think you will forgive War Campaign now?
I think War Campaign is. Here's the thing: I'll forgive individual members of War Campaign, but War Campaign as an idea is over. In my opinion, it's just over. It can't go back because it's been so. The idea of it has been so poisoned that people would be afraid of it now, and people would resent it. People are already angry about War Campaign, and I just don't think it could ever be the way that it was. So there are individuals within War Campaign that I'm looking forward to forgiving and talking to. Others that I can't. We just have to go our separate way. Does that make sense, or is that unreasonable?
Oh, that makes perfect sense. War Campaign. You call yourself War Campaign. You made everything you do a conflict.
Yeah.
It's kind of sad.
Yeah, that's the thing. It's like I liked War Campaign. People are like, you didn't speak up quickly enough about War Campaign. No, I liked them. I still think some of the stuff that they were doing before was funny, but they crossed the line, and I felt it when they did it. I felt in my heart that they crossed the line, and I couldn't apologize for them anymore. And I had to, they you could tell they crossed the line because John Malin and Cecil, who I know to be very steady individuals, who didn't do anything wrong, they didn't really hurt anyone, were furious and were spitting mad on my show, and I couldn't even conduct my show anymore because they were so angry, and I saw what they were angry about. So, that's kind of where I fall about that. And I know I lost a bunch of customers. I know I lost a bunch of fans over it. This wasn't fun. This wasn't something that I wanted to do at all. but I felt like I was kind of pushed into it.
Do you feel like maybe it was too little too late for some of your customer base?
Yeah. Yeah, I'm sure. Yeah.
Because some people have said that once they got close to people who were making a lot of money, that's when you turned on them rather than a matter of principle.
Well, wait a second. Explain that. I don't know what that means.
That it became the 100K and up club, and it was Malin, Cecil, and Enna, who I believe is starting a Indiegogo soon of her own project, but I may be mistaken.
Yeah, you're mistaken about that. Well, I mean, explain Mike S. Miller, because he was in the 100 and up club.
Well,
Who else?
Vestige was
Explain Doug
100 and up.
Knaple. Explain, any number of, in fact, most of War Campaign's main targets over the last year were the bigger creators who had made $100,000 or more. It was in general, it always seemed to me to be an attitudinal problem with those people, with those individuals. Edwin Boyette, Mike S. Miller, who seemed to me to be up to no good, Doug Knaple, who clearly was up to no good when it came to Comicsgate. And those seem like sad but fair targets to me. I did not think that Anna was a fair target. And the problem with it was, what was so frustrating was, the idea that, when you're defending what was clearly unfair, and I not only unfair, but the way they went after it was grotesque. You would be called a simp and a cuck and all of these things that scared people away from doing what was right.
But they've been doing that for years before the rift between you two.
Yeah, tell me more about that.
Well, how many homosexual memes did they put Mike Miller and Edwin Boyette in? It's not new behavior. So I find it curious that now it's become an issue for you.
I don't mind those. They're making memes of me right now. It's okay. That's not the memes are not the problem. The memes were never the problem. They can make homosexual memes of all of us, and they will. I mean, that's just their sense of humor. It was the fact that they got so very, very, very personal in a way that was, in my view, inhumane and inexcusable. To dig into the psychic pain of a young lady and piss all over it, make light of it, twist a dagger into that scar. And then when her friends came forward to say that wasn't right, those people were dogpiled. That was the line for me. The gay memes, the dildo memes, they can do those forever if they want to. I never had a problem with that stuff.
So the only line was really Anna.
No, not Anna in particular. The only line was making fun of somebody's dead relatives. Taking a personal tragedy like that. I thought it was evil. And if they had done that to you,
I assume they have.
Well,
I don't know. I don't have a Twitter.
Well, I don't. Listen. Let's not talk about your secret identity. But I mean, if they had made fun of somebody who was close to you who had died, I would find that to be intolerable. I can't be a part of that. I can't. Part of the War Campaign thing was these silly memes with rainbow dildos and miniature Mike S. Miller. They put me in makeup now and all that's all funny. I mean, that's all okay. I can't get past that one thing.
Well, they put Edwin Boyette in
I know, King KDI.
For Bukkake, they put Edwin Boyette in a Bukkake scene.
Well, they did do that, and at the same time, one of my critics did the same thing with a picture of my wife, and I found that to be unacceptable. And the person who made that meme, I actually criticized and said, "Knock that shit off. That's not okay. That's over the line." That individual is the same individual who was making these memes of Anna what did he do? Was that the guy who made the Anna's sister's ashes being snorted like cocaine?
Wasn't that Man of Sex?
It might have been Man of Sex. The individual I'm thinking of is hold on a second. I'm trying to recall. It's a parody name. Fuck, I can't remember. But I did come down hard about that. I thought putting somebody's face on hardcore pornography, actual pornography, was just was too much.
Well, that's what they did to Boyette.
Yeah, I saw them do that to him on one occasion. But I mean, here's the thing. I mean, the other thing is, I see what I see, and I miss an awful lot of stuff. I am not omnipresent on the internet, nor am I really the police officer of the internet. It's not really my place to say. What I can do is I can excuse myself from people who do that kind of thing, and not associate with them.
But as a matter of principle, the dividing line between you and War Campaign now is the behavior. We're just having a disagreement about when it was appropriate to cut yourself off from them, which I think you made a good decision, by the way. But to be surprised that this is what it ended up as, I think is...
I disagree with you about that. I'm very surprised. I'm very surprised it ended up like this.
Very disappointing.
Yeah, I'm sad. I'm disappointed. I'm very surprised. I'm extra surprised that when I made it known that I was unhappy with it, they doubled down and started, turning on me too. Because after all, I spent a couple of years anyway, being told that I had control over War Campaign, that I was telling them what to do, that I was giving them orders. And that never seemed to actually work out. Whenever I ever said anything to these guys and asked them to knock it off about anything, they never listened to me.
Don't you feel your leadership could have prevented this?
Clearly not.
Disappointing. Hello, Pam.
Hey guys, hey Oz, thanks for having me on. Hey Ethan.
Yep.
So you're saying that I'm telling people to spam your chat with shit about my dead sister. What's that about, brother?
I don't know. You got
any proof of that? You got any proof of that?
Oh, settle down. Let me answer you.
No, I'm gonna tell you. You keep my sister's name out of your fucking mouth, or we're gonna have problems. You got me, buddy?
Pan, I've never said anything about your sister. I don't
Bro,
know where.
It's all over Twitter. Shut your fucking mouth, or we're gonna have problems. You fucking got me? You fucking got me, buddy?
Pan, listen to me carefully.
No, you listen to me. You keep my sister's name out your mouth, or you're gonna.
I don't even know your sister's name, and I haven't said anything about your sister. Shut up.
So quit saying that I'm fucking spamming your chat with shit about my dead sister. Those are paid members of your fucking channel, motherfucker. You want the proof? Fuck you.
Was this the kind of questions you were after?
Yeah,
at the beginning of the show, EVS.
You better have some fucking proof when you run your mouth like that, dude.
Pan, what was the stuff that you were saying about, you are talking about my sister you're gonna raise the dead? What were the death threats that I was receiving yesterday?
Death threats?
Or what seemed like death threats?
No, you're gonna go into business with my sister if you keep fucking around with her name.
What?
Buddy.
I'm sorry. Wait, what does that mean?
Fuck around and find out.
Oh, for fuck's sake! You think Despotilus is me? Okay, I am not Despotilus.
No, I don't.
Pan.
I didn't say that. But I am holding
Pan, that is not. No, you cannot hold me responsible for gay ops alts that are pretending to be me.
When did you come out and say, "Oh my God, why did you guys dox War Campaign? You shouldn't have done that"? When the fuck did you say that?
On Kiwi Farms? You can't blame me for what goes on Kiwi Farms. I don't do that. I have nothing to do with that.
Right.
You have an account there.
You're the biggest gay opera around, bro. We know your fucking game.
Pan, I'm not a gay opera.
Oh, you want us to prove it?
Pan, I don't get involved in gay ops.
All right.
Drop the receipts.
Yeah.
It's about time.
Drop receipts. I don't get involved in gay ops, Pan, and you know that. You know that that's true.
What is all this shit? Why is everyone getting doxxed and you're just sitting there? Oh. It's all about Anna while your fucking customers are getting doxxed, bro. Fucking bitch. You're a bitch.
That's not fair, Pan.
Pan,
That's fair.
time.
Pan, you've got to prove that I'm doxing my
I'm telling you,
customers.
keep my
I have
fucking
not
sister's name out
doxed.
your mouth,
Pan,
motherfucker.
I don't know your sister.
You're gonna.
I don't know who your sister is. You're threatening me over your sister. I don't know who she is. You said I'm going to join her in business. I said, what is this about?
You're telling Charlie's London that I'm instructing people to spam
Because
your
there are
chats.
people in my chat now who are saying very strange things right directly after you said
Those are your fans, bro.
that right after you said that you're going to raise the dead and march them upon me or some bullshit like that.
Those are your
What are you
fans.
doing, Pan? Pan, what are you getting up to?
I'm telling you.
Pan, what are you
Fuck with
getting
my
up
family.
to cover? What are you getting up to cover for what you said about Anna? What are you getting up to?
Whoa, brother. I've never
Don't
said
fuck
anything.
with me about this bullshit. I had nothing to do with doxing you. I don't talk about your
Shut
sister.
your mouth for a minute.
No, you shut the fuck up, Pan. Fucking
I ever said
retard.
about Anna?
You don't sit.
Hey,
you don't come in here and start
Relax,
talking
pussy.
as though. No, Pan. You don't come in here and start talking and making accusations like this.
I'll
You know
flip
they're
this
not
shit.
true.
I'll
You know
flip
this
this
isn't true. Why are you lying to people? You know this bullshit isn't true. People
You're
have
the
you on
biggest-
Twitter. People
you are
have
the
you on
biggest
Twitter
liar.
talking about death threats, making death threats to me about your sister.
That's not
To
death
cover
threats,
for
you
Anna?
dumbass.
To cover for Anna?
First off, it's not death threats. Second, I have
They
never
look
said
like death
anything
threats to
about
me.
Anna.
I
You gonna
take them
cry
as
about
death
it, you
threats.
pussy?
You telling me that I'm going to go into business with your deceased sister?
Yeah.
What does that mean, Pan?
You are if you keep
At
it
what
up.
point? When am I going into business with your deceased sister? Explain what that means to me right now.
Okay. I
You
will.
come in here and talk shit like this to
You
me?
want me to explain it to you? Calm
Yeah,
down,
explain
fat-
it. Explain it, Pan.
Calm down, fat boy.
Pan, I hear you put on a little weight yourself. Tubbs, we wouldn't know it. We don't get to see your face. Faceless coward of the war campaign.
Yeah. You know
What do you mean by I'm going into business with your dead sister, you fucking weirdo? What do you mean by that?
To you. Okay, so what happened was
Show
Jack
these
Hands
things.
over-
Hold on a second. Oz,
Shut
let's
up.
find this bullshit. You shut the fuck up.
Would you let me talk, you
Oz,
fat bastard?
show those tweets. Let me send these to you right
Relax,
now.
you
And you
fucking
can
fruit.
no, you can make
You gonna let me
make up your
explain it, you
own
pussy?
mind.
You gonna let me explain it, you fat pussy?
No, because all your explanations are bullshit, Pan.
You won't even let me
You guys
explain.
gaslight everybody while you mistreat
No.
all of these people who meant well by you.
You're
We
losing
did
your
well
mind.
by you, Pan.
Oh God, shut up. Would you let me fucking
Comicsgate
explain?
did right by War Campaign. We
Are
did
you gonna
nice to
cry?
you.
Are you gonna
I'm not
cry?
near crying, asshole.
You sound like it. Would you let me talk for a minute? Okay.
And if it's
So
really
what-
about your dead sister, why aren't you crying? Why are you coming in here so pissed off, making shit up about your sister and blaming me for it? Why aren't you crying, motherfucker? Anna's crying. You guys sit there and you make
'Cause I'm a
memes
man.
mocking her
I'm like
recent pain. Well, she's
Oh,
a
I
girl, motherfucker. She's a girl.
Hey, relax.
That's who
Relax.
you guys are. You're somebody who make fun of the pain over the deceased relative of a 25-year-old girl. And you
First
come
off,
in
I've
here
never
with
done
balls. You come in here with balls and try to blame other people and try to gaslight everyone and pretend that you're the victim. Victim campaign.
You gonna let me fucking talk?
Fuck you, Pan. Fuck you,
Oh, you gonna cry?
Pan.
you gonna-
Why
are you
aren't
gonna
you
cry?
crying? Why aren't you crying over the behavior that you've displayed to very innocent people who
What
did
have I
you no
done?
wrong?
What have I done?
And what are you doing bringing up your sister? What, you've got to go a long way to
dude.
blame me for the fact that you got doxxed on Kiwi Farms. I got doxxed on Kiwi Farms. Where were you guys
gonna cry
then?
About it? Are you gonna cry about it?
No, you are. You're the one
I
in
am.
here crying about it and
No, I'm
blaming me
trying
for,
to.
oh, you doxed my family. I had nothing to
shut
do with
up,
that
pussy.
shit. You
Shut up.
shut up.
You want me to explain? Okay, so what's going on is you tied Gat Hanzo to a bunch of bullshit that didn't have anything to do with him.
No, I didn't. I tied Kabir Kumar to a bunch of bullshit that he had 100% to do with.
Oh, what's
He liked a bunch of memes that were attacking Anna's poor dead sister, and you've got the balls to come in here. You find the fucking balls to come in here and talk to me like this. You fucking redneck piece of shit. Fuck you. Fuck you, Pan.
Are you gonna
Fuck
cry?
you.
Are you losing your mind? I think you're. Crazy,
Dude, it's about time somebody actually told you what was what, man. You're a bully. You're
Really?
a rather unkind fellow. You
Well,
are
I
a
see you're
bully,
making a
and
lot
your
of
victims.
accusations.
Your
I never said
victims
anything
are
about Anna,
25-year-old girls who lost their sister
How
to a
have I
tragedy.
victimized them? I have never.
And
made
you're
a meme about
supporting
Anna.
them, and you're covering for the people
Supporting?
who rub it. Yes, you are. You are covering for the people who rub that pain in. That
Why,
psychic
because I won't denounce
wound.
them? Because I won't denounce me?
I think you should
Because I won't
fucking
tell-
denounce them,
because I
Pan,
won't
like I've
tell men
denounced
what to-
you.
because
I
won't
think
tell-
you should denounce them. How do you
I
like
won't
that?
tell men what to do on the internet.
I think you should tell some men. I think you should be a man and tell other men not to pick on 25-year-old women. You stupid fuck.
How do you know I haven't?
You just said that you didn't. You're like, what am
didn't
I?
do
I'm
it-
supposed to tell
I didn't
people?
do it
Yes,
publicly.
you are.
I
If
didn't
you
do it
had an
publicly.
ounce of decency, Pan, you would
gonna
tell.
cry?
Do I sound like I'm gonna cry, motherfucker?
Yeah.
If you had an ounce of decency, you would tell your friends that what they're doing is wrong, but you
How do you
don't,
know
and
I
you
haven't?
encourage them.
How
You
do you know
encourage
I
them to do this.
How do you know I?
Why are you in here? If
Because
you
I didn't
had,
do it
you wouldn't
publicly.
be in here with the balls to tell me some bullshit about your sister. You know I didn't do anything to your sister. You know I'm not
Keep your
involved
name
in
out of your
gay
mouth,
ops.
Fucker, or we're gonna have problems. That's
Shut
what
the
I'm saying.
fuck up, Pan.
Fuck you. Are you gonna?
You're
cry?
way behind the fucking 8 ball. You don't talk to me this way. And you know
Ooh,
what?
you
You
don't talk to me.
do
Who the
not
fuck
talk.
are you?
You do not
Who
talk
the
to
fuck
a
are you?
25-year-old girl the way that you're talking. Why don't you stand up?
Are you a
and make?
25-year-old girl?
Why don't you stand up?
Are you a
and
25-year-old
No,
girl?
Pan, I'm a 45-year-old man. And that's somebody who's old enough to recognize when other men are wrong about some shit. You are wrong. You
what?
and your boys are wrong for what they're doing. And you
Okay,
know what?
listen.
This is the consequence of all of that, Pan.
You're a
This is the
psycho.
consequence. You are cut off.
I don't give
You
a
are
fuck.
cut off at the fucking knees.
Oh, you're cut
You're
off.
coming in here
Cut me
crying
off.
about Gat
What were
Hanzo
you-
and Roku
what were you-
Kumar.
what were
You
you
guys
giving
are
me?
cut off at the knees because you don't have an ounce of humanity or decency to actually realize that making fun of a girl who lost her fucking sister,
I never made fun
you
of
don't
the
have
girl.
any decency
I
at all.
never,
And you
ever-
should. And you are somebody who should.
Shut up, you fat fuck.
You should. You're somebody who, in particular, you should have the decency, and you know it. And you
course
couldn't
I feel
find it
for
within
Anna.
yourself. You couldn't find it within yourself, could you?
Are you gonna cry?
You couldn't find it within yourself. You,
What, just because
somebody
I don't-
who has that experience in your life, you couldn't stand up for someone else. You couldn't tell your friends that that was too far.
Why would I
I'm
need to
telling
make a
you that
public
it's too
statement?
far. Pan, I'm telling you it's too far.
How do
I'm
you
telling
know
them
that
it's
I
too
didn't
far.
How do you know that I?
And
didn't
now, you know who the victims are? The victims are
pussy.
Gat Hanzo. Gat Hanzo was a victim of this.
Yeah, because you.
He
can't-
didn't do anything wrong. Gat didn't do
you're
anything
fucking-
wrong.
You're fucking Mark Wade, bro. You are fucking Mark Wade. You want to cancel CG Project?
Your fucking war
wrong with you.
campaign, and you fucked it
You're-
up for good.
you're
It's over
jail
now,
Simone.
Pan. Pan,
You're
it's
jail
over.
Simone.
War campaign's over. You killed
You're
it.
you're
You
fucking
killed
jail
it. You
Simone.
lost any decent fans and supporters you had left. Because
Hey,
you
I'd like
couldn't
you- I'd like
stand
you-
up,
I'd like you
and
to tell
you
me where
couldn't
I
tell
ever
them.
said anything
You
about
couldn't
Anna.
tell them that that was wrong.
Why should I?
Some pussy. What a bully you are. What a fucking bully you are, Pan.
You sound
A
like a bully.
fucking
But
bully.
you're just a fat piece of shit.
What a fucking bully that you had to push your weight around all of your gay ops, all of your fucking evil,
All
and
your
you had
gay
to go
ops.
and push it on some girl who just lost her sister.
What did I
And you
ever do
pissed
to
off
Anna?
Malin and Cecil.
I pissed
The
off
nicest
Malin and
people in the
Cecil.
world.
Oh, they're pussies.
Jesus
You're a pussy,
Christ.
people.
Oh,
I never
everyone's
did
a
damn-
pussy.
Hey, dude,
Everyone's a pussy.
I never did anything to Anna. Of course I feel for her. Are you kidding me? I fucking love
Then
this
show
shit.
it. Then tell your boys to knock
I'm
it the
not
fuck
telling
off.
them
And what are you
anything,
doing
Bobby.
here telling me? What are you in here talking to me like this for?
Why you- what are you
fucking
saying?
hillbilly?
'Cause
What are you in here talking to me like this for?
You hillbilly. You
What are you in here
hillbilly.
talking to me like
You
this
ever-
for
you
when
ever
I
fucked
didn't
with
do
the
anything to
hillbilly?
you? I didn't do
did.
nothing to you.
You're on
And
Charles
you
London's
should be
great
giving the
Steady
same
Lies.
speech to your boys, Pan.
Shut up, pussy.
You and your boys, you should be giving this speech to them. And you're
You
giving
are
it to
on
me.
A Charlie's London thread telling lies, saying that I instructed people to put.
Pan, what do you mean by all the shit you
That
said
is
about
not-
zombie sisters? What are you talking about? You're gonna march the
Well,
dead on me.
Okay,
The
you
fuck
want
is
me
the
to
matter
explain
with
that?
you, you
You wanna
Looney Tunes?
You want to shut up for a minute? And let me explain, you fat fuck. Do you? You gonna shut up for a minute? Or are you gonna cry?
Why don't you just talk now, Pan?
Okay, good. You get it all out of your system, Ethan? Fucking pussy. All right.
Fuck you, you fucking faggot. Shut up.
Oh,
Shut the fuck up.
Oh.
Listen to you. Oh, you're a pussy.
Oh, you are a
Pan,
pussy.
just shut the fuck up
You're a
with
huge
your
fucking
bullshit.
pussy.
Shut the fuck up with your bullshit, Pan.
Fucking fake ass.
Go ahead and say whatever you want to say. But you know what, Pan? You know what? At the end of the day, when I saw a bunch of fucking bullies picking on a girl over the death of her sister, I stood up for her. And I pushed those friends aside. And I had to tell a bunch of people, I had to go through a bunch of grief over this shit. And I'm still going through this grief because of stuff that you did. And you didn't do that. You didn't do that, Pan. You couldn't find that within yourself.
You're going through grief? You're going through grief?
No, I got to go through grief with you guys. I got to listen to this. I got to have you talking about your dead sister and how to keep your sister out of your mouth. I don't know what the fuck you're talking about. You sound mentally ill, dude. You sound like a lunatic. I don't know what you're talking about. I don't know what you're talking about. But you're sending me weird, creepy shit. And frankly, people have had enough of it.
You're Mark Wade, bro.
People have... No, I'm Ethan Van Sciver, the guy who beat Mark Wade.
No, you're
okay.
Mark Wade
Yes,
now.
I am. I'm Ethan Van Sciver.
You canceled CP
I am
projects.
Ethan Van Sciver. I didn't cancel shit. You guys did. You guys did. Your own boys walked away from you. Tyler walked away from you. Steve Dye walked away from you. A bunch of your artists walked away from you because of your behavior.
Because you fucking scared the shit
I didn't do anything. All I did was say I'm not going to be supporting. All I did was walk away too. I walked away too.
You call me a bully. You're the biggest bully in the game.
I walked away too, and it's not my fault. It's not my fault that when I walked away from you because of you picking on Anna's dead sister.
Bro, I broke up with you on your own channel. You
did what? You did what? You did what? You broke up with me? What the fuck are you talking about? You lunatic! You broke up with me?
I dumped you like a girl.
The fuck is the matter with you? What are you talking about?
It's on YouTube. It's on your fucking channel. I told you, War Campaign was done with you. We didn't like your lies. We're done with you. And you can't shut up.
Pan, stop sending me tweets. Stop sending me tweets threatening me about your sister. I don't want to hear about it. I'm telling you now. Stop doing it.
I'm telling you, motherfucker.
Stop telling me to keep your sister out of my mouth when you are sending me tweets about your sister. I'm going to have to tell you, stop sending me tweets about your sister. I don't want to hear about it. People are in enough pain right now. Over deceased relatives, I don't want to hear about it. So stop doing it. I don't want to be involved in anything you're involved in.
You tied Gat's project to some bullshit about it.
No, you did. 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 You put the war campaign symbol around poor Gat's neck and told him to be loyal, and you sunk him. Dummies.
What did I ever say to Anna that was
You sunk Gat Hanzo's entire career in his life.
I've always been supportive of Anna, and I don't think that you need to be saying shit you're a liar, dude. I have never said anything.
You know what? I don't even know. I can't even distinguish you anymore. Loyalty.
Where's the receipts? Where's the receipts, buddy? You got receipts on this? You're a fucking liar.
Pan, you guys. Poor Gat Hanzo. Poor Gat Hanzo was tied to you. Poor Gat Hanzo was tied to you.
So
and now that's it.
Because what?
I'm not doing anything. You guys are. You guys are. I'm not supporting your book, Pan. I'm sorry. I cannot find the time to promote. Then what are you worried about? I cannot find the time or energy to promote the book.
I'm here to call you
or the books of people who are this horrible and inhumane to 25-year-old girls. I can't do it.
I haven't done anything to a 25-year-old girl. What have I ever done to Anna? Nothing. Not a goddamn thing. You're mad because I wouldn't tell grown men what to do on the internet. You can fuck off. I'm not telling anyone what to do on the internet. How do you know?
You just told me to fuck off. Certainly, you could find the energy to tell those guys to fuck off.
How do you know I didn't?
You just you just said that you don't do that. You don't tell grown-ups what to do on the internet. You told me to fuck off. How come you couldn't tell Man of Sex to fuck off? How come you couldn't tell Ro to fuck off?
How do you know I didn't?
Because you're still there, pal. You're still there.
I don't do it publicly like you. I don't make a spectacle out of it because you're a fucking drama queen bitch.
Okay.
You should
Bitch,
make a
bitch,
spectacle
bitch.
I
out
do it
of it.
behind the scenes like a man, motherfucker.
People are angry about this. I'm not
You're a
doing it
bitch.
behind the scenes. I'm here to talk to other people. You came in here to
I'm
threaten
here
me
to
about
call
your
you
sister.
Mark Wade. I'm not threatening you. Quit crying
Yeah.
like a baby.
I'm not crying.
Oh, you're threatening me. You're threatening me. You're gonna lose your voice. You fucking got tears.
I already lost it. I already lost my voice yelling at
You
you,
lost
Pan.
your mind too, bro. When
No,
you
I'm
fucking
fine.
quit CG. When you quit CG by canceling CG, motherfuckers. You quit, bitch.
I think War Campaign canceled themselves.
Shut
You guys
up,
have been
will you,
canceling it
user
for a
one?
whole year already. Is
Shut up.
this the insane asylum?
EBSJW, you little fucking baby.
High school.
What happened to you?
War Campaign's the real Comicsgate. Ethan Van Wade 88. This motherfucker.
Well,
That's
good
what I'm
luck to
saying.
you. I will tell you
Yeah.
this. You guys can be the real Comicsgate.
EBSJW, her sister committed suicide over a year ago.
I'm sorry,
Yeah.
what?
EBSJW.
I'm sorry, what did
Yeah.
you say about her sister?
Her sister
Testify?
committed suicide over a year
And
ago.
what about it? And what about
Over
it?
a year ago.
You
And what
use
about
it like
it?
a cudgel. You
No, I
You're
don't.
acting like it happened yesterday.
No, I don't. You
It
guys
was
are.
over a year ago, you liar.
You're a fucking SJW.
You have
Ethan
turned,
Van
turned into
Victim.
what you hated.
Ethan Van Victim.
What
You're
is
Mark Wade
wrong
over
with
here.
you?
Go ahead, keep going, guys.
You're fucking Mark Wade, brother.
Yep.
Do we need to
Keep
bring
going.
up everybody's personal
You're
stuff?
Gail Simone.
Keep going.
You're Gail Simone. She knows you better than anyone.
If
doesn't
Gail Simone actually stood up for somebody who had their sibling
You're Gail
die.
Simone.
Yeah, I'm
You
Gail
are.
Simone. Okay.
You are.
All right, guys. All right.
Actually turned into
Yeah,
an
calling
image of
someone an SJW and Gail Simone from your standpoint right now doesn't mean very much.
Are you gonna do like
you know what?
with the fucking
If
diploma?
Mark Wade and Gail Simone had to put up with you guys, Comicsgate wouldn't exist. It wouldn't
Are
be a
you
thing.
gonna do a
It wouldn't be a thing.
with a diploma soon?
It wouldn't be a
Are
thing,
you gonna
guys.
do a stupid video
You know what?
with a
If
diploma?
those two people had to put up with you guys, if Comicsgate was made up of assholes
you
like
just wish you were on the laughing end of it again. You know who did all your dirty work before?
Ethan Van
You know the
Weiner.
skeletons are in the closet. Stop whining like a little fucking baby.
Guys,
You
All I
know
hear is
the
Tim
truth,
Mosquito
Ethan.
biting at a guy who's actually successful
Shut up,
in
you
comic
fucking
games and
ESJW.
building this
Oh, I'm gonna
fucking
call
movement.
this. Yeah,
And
I'm
you
gonna call
shut
the
the
give him a
pussy
blowjob.
bitch on D Live. You guys are irrelevant. Fuck you.
Fuck you.
Okay? He's building this.
Go call the
He's
comics.
responsible for making Marvel irrelevant. All right?
people
What
have
the
had
fuck do
enough,
you
guys.
do?
People have had enough. You can
Ethan, I'm
talk
gonna
shit.
What the fuck do you two do?
You
You
can
gonna cry
talk
about it,
shit.
Ethan?
People have had enough.
Hey,
People
Ethan
have just
Van
had
Wade, are you
enough.
Shit
gonna cry?
online?
People have had enough of you
Are you gonna
guys.
cry?
Everybody's had
No.
enough of you,
I'm not gonna cry.
EBSJW.
You almost did.
Just
like
How
Naylor.
many times have you
No.
done this to people now?
You're both criers.
Well,
How many
people have
times
had
have you
enough
done
of you
this to
guys,
people?
and the truth of the
Well, we've
matter
had enough of
is
your lies.
that you can do what you can feel however
You're a
you
liar.
want.
You're a
You can
liar.
say whatever you want to
How
say.
many
liar.
But
times
people have had
you
enough
done
of you,
this
and
to
it's
people,
reflected.
Ethan?
You're a
It's-
fucking liar.
It's reflected in the sales of your comics. Your future as War Campaign
I don't sell
is pretty
comics.
much over. It's pretty
Wow,
much
wow,
over.
wow.
Really?
People are
Because of
tired
you?
of you.
You think you can kill War Campaign? You can't kill War Campaign. You
I
fat
did
fuck.
already. I did.
Oh, you
You're gonna
didn't.
laugh in your
Yes.
fucking face, bro.
War Campaign was only around because
We're
of
gonna be in
EBS.
your ass for years,
Who the
bro.
fuck gives a fuck about War Campaign?
Who the fuck's
Where did you
well-read
guys have a
user
forum
one?
other than on
You
his
can't
channel?
kill War
Guys,
Hey, Oz, why don't we play the video
You think
from
you
your
brought
thing
in
of
tons of
EBSJW's little
You guys-
budget
Guys,
before
Ethan,
yours?
you're
you
a
lost
poser.
your
You're not
way.
even
Guys,
Comicsgate anymore.
you
You're not
lost
even
your way.
Comicsgate.
You
You're
don't
not
get
even
to say that. You don't get to
Ethan
say
Van
that.
Wade. I
You
do,
do
'cause
not
I'm the
get to say.
consumer. I
No,
do.
you're not.
You
You're
don't.
Pan. You're a guy who bullies people on the internet.
I
You're
buy
not the
all
consumer.
the CG books, you fat fuck.
I don't give a shit. You
Fuck
are
your
one
pen, you don't.
individual.
I ain't
You are
buying
one
your books.
individual. You
I
are
ain't buying
you
your
are
books.
at the head of a bullying union.
You are not Comicsgate.
Organized to take control
Organized by you.
of fandom. I didn't organize
Organized
you
by
guys.
you, brother.
It's such a
Hey,
fucking
Ethan,
lie, man.
if War Campaign's dead, why do you keep talking about him?
Because
Organized
they're
by
right
you.
here talking to me.
No, we're
Fucking
dead.
mosquitoes.
Ethan
We're dead.
Van Wade.
You have to swat them off.
Well-read user, we're dead. Why are
People
you
need
talking
to
to us?
know.
You just
People
don't know
just
it yet.
Kill me, brother. You can't kill War
Fucking
Campaign.
zombies.
All
We
right.
ain't going
How many
anywhere.
are left?
We're gonna
10?
be in your face
15?
for fucking years, bro.
I'm just guys keep saying this stuff where people can hear it. I think it's a good idea the people hear what you guys are about.
And the skeletons are coming out of the
We're
closet.
gonna meme your ass off, bro. We're gonna meme you.
Guys,
Who the fuck is gonna see it?
do
You
your
like
thing.
it? Do your gay hair
Doing your
more so
fucking
we can get
circle
more
jerk?
memes.
Go ahead
we
and
want
make
more
memes.
Liberace memes.
It's
All the
very
fucks that are going
impressive.
to prison with you,
We want you to transition
circle
fully.
fucking each other in the ass.
You need to
Fuck you and your
transition
shut up,
fully like
Red User One.
Liberace.
Fuck you motherfucking
Shut up,
handicapped
you
bitch.
little baby.
Well,
Fucking
Red
go
User,
call
all of
the
a sudden
police
you're a
on
tough
me.
guy. You're a tough guy that calls the police. You fucking pussy. Why don't you shut the fuck up?
Yeah. That's what I do.
You do.
I
You
make
call
sure
the cops
fucking
because you're a
stalkers
little
end up in
bitch.
prison.
It doesn't sound like you guys are in good shape right now. Not to me or anyone listening.
You're on
You're
a
the guy
goddamn
that just
fucking
lost your
Odyssey
shit
show.
10 minutes ago.
You better believe it.
You
I
better
did
get your
lose my
blood pressure
shit,
in
and I'm
check.
proud of it. No, my blood pressure's fine.
You're proud of being
Very proud of
Is this
yelling
a
at you,
Pride
Pan.
Month thing?
Very proud of yelling at you and raising my voice at you. Somebody needs to yell at you, douchebag.
Ethan,
You're
calling
fucking
people
up.
a faggot on
You're a
Prime
fucking
in Pride
pussy.
Month
I
is a
don't
very
care.
nice thing.
Testify. I don't care. This guy's making
Not a
fun
very
of some
nice
poor
thing.
dead girl. Well, testify.
I never
You're an
made fun of a
asswipe.
dead girl. Hey,
Did Anna
I
sit
never
there
made
The
not
two
fun
of
of
you
a dead girl.
guys. The two
You're
of
a
you
fucking
guys.
liar. Hey,
Leave
Ethan, you're
Anna
a fucking
alone.
liar. You're a
Leave
liar.
Anna alone.
I don't say
Did-
anything to Anna, and I
Send
never
your
Anna
memes
said
my
you're
way.
not
You know
committed
what?
to
Send your
fucking
memes
liar.
my way. Meme me. What do you
We
meme
can't
a dead girl
mark
for?
everybody because you're a
No
baby
one's
like an
memeing a dead girl.
SJW.
Then meme me. Just meme.
No one
Just send
say-
your meme. Pick on me. Don't pick on girls. Just meme me, okay?
I
You
haven't
are a
memed-
girl.
I haven't
Do
memed
shit
her
to
once.
me. Go ahead. I don't
I
give a
will.
shit. None of this matters. You know, it
Oh
just
wait,
gonna
he
cry.
wants
if you're gonna
attention
meme
again.
people, meme me and
Pan,
stop
Pan,
memeing little
Pan,
dead
he wants
girls.
Attention. He
we
wants
want
attention.
you. We want you to look like
Pat,
Liberace
he wants
more. So
attention
can
again.
Can you dress up? Can you dress
Do you
up more?
understand? I will. Yeah, it's what I do. I entertain people
Yeah.
on my show. But
Right,
I want
like
you guys to
Liberace.
do that. Yeah, definitely. Meme me as Liberace, call me gay, whatever it is. Just leave Anna alone and leave her dead sister alone. That's
don't
all I
say
ask.
this. I have always left her.
That's
sister
all I
alone.
ask, guys.
I have never said anything about. Why
Do
you
do your
say
worst to me.
that
Just
I
knock
say
it
shit
off
about
to
it?
the. I mean,
Why do you lie so much?
I'm
Why do you
just
lie so
saying.
much, Ethan?
You're a true
Why
liar,
do you lie?
Ethan.
I
You
know
came
I'm
in here
lying.
lying about
I'm
your
lying.
goddamn sister, Pan.
What's up,
Why
guys?
don't you fucking explain yourself?
Why
How
don't
the
you go
fuck
fuck
is EBS
yourself?
going after your goddamn sister? You're
Because
the
he's-
one who's posting that
putting
shit.
He's talking
You're the one
shit
trying
on
to act like a
Charlie's.
victim, turn the tables around.
Are you gonna
It
call
doesn't
the cops?
work.
Are you gonna call
We
the
know
cops,
who the
pussy?
fuck is really the one harassing Jeff's sister.
Well, Red
And it's not Ethan.
User.
Are you gonna call the
Red
cops?
User.
You fucking pussy.
Hey,
He's posting
testify.
shit.
You
Listen,
guys are doing great here. You look
Testify.
great.
Ethan
Where'd your
is
avatar
posting-
go? Your Star Wars avatar.
Ethan
Oh,
is
you want that
posting
one?
stuff on
I thought you were
Charlie's
supposed to be on
London
a
threads.
show
You
right
guys
now.
look great.
Yeah, there you go.
I mean, look, I don't know what to say.
Don't
You guys
get
look
my
great.
streaming rights.
Ethan,
You're gonna meme me over this because
keep
I'm
my
yelling at
sister's
you
name
over
out
it.
your
Pan.
mouth or we're gonna have
Pan.
That's
You
not
didn't
gonna
say shit
work,
about
Pan.
your sister.
That didn't
You
work.
are.
Pan,
Pan.
that didn't work. That
Pan,
didn't
he
work.
wants us.
You are
Pan,
gonna talk about my sister?
Pan,
That didn't work.
Pan.
That whole thing didn't work. All
Pan,
right.
he wants us to meme him because he's not getting the attention he used to get anymore.
Heard your super chats are down.
Testy.
Shut
I thought you were
up, you
supposed
little
to be.
baby. You too.
I thought you were supposed to be doing your show right now. Mirror
The
and
show
eyes.
can't go live until 3 p.m.
Yeah, whatever, dude. You fucking.
Well,
stalker.
whatever, dude.
I love it, guys. Keep going. I'm
Look at
memeing
it.
Ethan,
me.
you're not even Comicsgate anymore, dude. You're canceling CG projects like you're fucking Mark Waid.
I haven't
You're not
canceled a
even Comicsgate.
single CG project. That's
You're
a
not even
lie. It's a
Comicsgate.
talking point.
You're a liar.
You're
Well,
a
Pan,
liar.
when are
I
you
will
going
let-
to jail?
I will let the audience
We'll prove you're a
decide.
liar. We will prove you're a liar. All
Whatever
over Twitter,
you
brother.
say, dude.
You're a liar.
Whatever you say. Whatever
How's
you
the
say.
Kiwi Farms doing
As
today,
long as
Ethan?
you talk, as long as you keep the focus on me and not on the girls. On
I
the
don't
little
focus
girls.
on them. I have
No,
nothing
Keep
to
the
do with
focus
them.
on me,
You've
not
just
the little
unleashed-
girls.
You've
You're
unleashed
a
the
liar.
beast.
Not the girls. Not the girls. You're fucking little milk.
That's all I'm saying.
Not the
Yeah.
girls.
Yeah.
Not the girls.
The beast,
You're fucking
Ethan.
SJW. You fucking
Sure,
white knight
that's
pussy.
that's
I've
SJW and
never
White
said
Knight.
anything about her sister. Why do you keep saying that?
you're not even-
Because
I've
you're a
never said
fucking
anything
liar.
about your sister.
You're-
I don't.
Bullshit. It's
There
on the
goes
Charlie's
testify.
London thread, you fucking moron. You just shut your fucking mouth.
You came in here
Testify.
just to call him a cunt? What the
Yes,
fuck
I
is the
did.
point of you being here, Pan? Do you have
But
a
the point
point
is,
of
you
view ever?
what, don't you have
Your
some
plan
props
wasn't
to
Don't
very
you
well
ever have
thought out
anything relevant
testify.
to say?
Don't you have some police to call, you fucking pussies?
Say something relevant. Make a fucking point.
What's your point? You're gonna refund
fucking
people
came
because
in
you
here,
get butthurt.
Bitch,
You're
you're the one who came in here shouting. Make
Cecil
a fucking
took your
point.
wrench and then you
What
threatened
the
to
fuck do
refund
you
every
want to
comic
say?
skate book. You're a pussy.
Pan, grow the fuck up. Make a point.
My point is, when Cecil took your wrench, you threaten to refund every Comicsgate book you ever bought because you're a huge pussy.
Pan, do you have something relevant to say? Why did you come in here to talk to Ethan?
I came
what
in
the fuck
to
are you
told
doing
him
in here?
to
He
shut his
came in
fucking
here to
mouth.
threaten me over something
I
that
didn't
wasn't
threaten
even
you.
a real thing.
I
You
didn't
did.
threaten you. You're such a girl, dude.
All right, I'm a
Why
girl,
are you
Pan.
such a
He
pussy?
came in here to drag us all into the
Pussy.
mud.
Yeah.
You're a pussy. You fucking, what, are you scared? Oh, is it threatening you? No, I told you to
Man,
shut
when
the
are you
fuck
going
up.
to jail? I want to know that.
Probably next week.
Next week?
Yeah.
All right, cool. Thank
Throw a
God.
party for
I don't.
me.
I
will.
don't want Pan to go to jail. I just want this shit to just stop. That's all. I just want it to stop.
Really?
Yeah, I do. I do. I don't think it's good. I don't think it's good for Comicsgate, whether I am Comicsgate or not.
Then quit acting like Ethan Van Wade.
I don't think I've done that, and I don't think there's any reason to say that.
A lot of
No, I don't. No, see, Mark Wade got in between people's deals. He actually broke up contracts between people.
Oh, kind of like you and
people
Cecil
who
did
were
with fucking CG Jumpstart, kind of.
No, I didn't do that. I did not do that.
Why did that fall apart?
Because Steve Dye walked away from you. And by the way, well, you'll find
Steve
out.
Dye is holding the files.
That is
They're
not
his.
my responsibility. And he told me, actually, I said, are you holding the files? And he said, Rose got 3 sets of files. I don't know why he's saying that. So that's weird that Steve Dye told me that Ro has 3 sets of files. And how would I know? And he said that Ro kept asking him to make these arbitrary changes, and he made them all. That's why there are 3 sets of files. He just wanted to walk away from you guys. And he said, I got to take a break somewhere and fly. I got to take a break. And I said, okay, well, if you're not going to do this magazine, when you come back, I'll find something for you to do. I had nothing to do with it. This is you guys. You guys drove away all your friends.
You and
I didn't
Cecil
do it.
paraded it around like it was some accomplishment that you killed fucking CG Jumpstart.
No, man, no.
You did. It's
Pan,
all
Pan,
over
it might have
Twitter.
felt that way to you, but I was not happy about that, and I didn't have anything to do with killing it.
How do you live with yourself being such a fucking
Pan,
liar?
I thought you quit
Why
Ethan. Why are you here? I thought you quit him. That's what you usually do when you go away, right?
Yeah, this
Yeah,
is
well,
weird.
he keeps
like,
talking. He keeps talking on the internet.
You came on the show. Like, what are you talking about?
Well-read user. Are
You
gonna-
broke
are
up
you
with
gonna
him and
give
now
me
you're
a
here.
BJ?
Like,
Are you gonna give me a BJ? Then shut your fucking mouth.
okay, yeah.
Jesus Christ. All right, look, here's the situation with Steve Dye, all right? Steve Dye contacted me pissed off in his car. He sent me a message. He said, I'm so mad right now. I feel like digging a hole, going and grabbing Pan and putting him in the hole. That's what he said to me.
Fault. Really?
That's what Steve Dye said to me. And I said, hey, man, take a
Steve!
break. Take a breather. Take a
What
breather.
did I do?
I don't know. Because I didn't ask. I'm not really involved. He said, I got to take a break. I got to go away. And I said, I understand, man. Look, if you're looking for work when you get back, I'll find a magazine for you to do. And he said, man, you would do that for me? That's huge. I said, sure, I will. After all this up, I can get him a magazine. That's not a problem at all. I'm very wealthy. So I said, so what is this about Ro Kabir Kumar saying that he doesn't have the files and you're holding them hostage? And he said, it's bullshit. Ro has 3 sets of files. And I don't know anything about it other than that. He said, Ro kept asking me to make changes. And I said, oh. And I said to him, actually, I said, if you have anything else, turn it over to them. And he said, well, okay. I will listen to what you say to me. And that's the last conversation I had with Steve Dye. He's still on vacation, but he's very angry with you guys. Has nothing to do with me. I do not need to plan. I've got people coming to me begging me for work. I don't need to steal your talent. That's not what I do.
You guys paraded CG Jumpstart's death around like it was a fucking party.
I don't feel like I did do that, Pan.
They're laughing at you for killing it.
I don't think I did that to you. I really don't think I did that. I don't think that's a fair accusation.
You and Cecil Simone.
Okay, I don't think I did that. I'm not somebody who wants projects to not work out.
Okay, how come you tried to tie Gat Hanzo to this fucking bullshit then? He had nothing to do with
You
this
guys,
stuff.
no, I didn't tie Gat. I tied
you said,
Ro
I'm
to it.
pinning you directly to you. Said
I said, no, I didn't. I said
sorry,
this.
Gat.
No, read the tweet
Sorry,
again.
dude, I got it.
Read the tweet again. I
Archived,
said,
brother.
this is getting pinned to you, Gat. I didn't say I'm pinning it to you. This is the way it's going to work.
That sounded like
this is going to be.
That sounded like some Tim Doyle phrasing right there.
I'm sorry.
Into you, Gat. You know what it reminds me of? It reminds
That's
me of
Pan. I can't help your interpretation of things.
With the wrong people.
The reality of this is that's the way the world works. It kind of sucks.
Hey, your world.
I've had to
like
pay. No. I've had to pay.
Looks like SJW world. You're doing this Tim Doyle shit.
No, I've had to pay quite a price for associating with you guys. But that's just the price that I've paid.
Well, you're gonna pay a
people
lot
because of you assholes. Because I sided with them a ton.
What? Someone else talking? Who was that? A cuck?
Rezakai, how are you?
What the hell? What am I doing in the fucking? Oh, I hit the studio. I hit the link.
Whoops. Continue on, Pan. It was so riveting. I was bringing someone else in.
No. Yeah. No. I don't need to.
And I'm telling you the truth, and you know I don't lie to you. And you calling me a liar.
What? You're a fucking liar.
You calling me a liar is ridiculous. I've never lied to you.
Oh my God, bro!
You
said that I gave you an ultimatum. I never gave you an ultimatum.
Pan. I read it as an ultimatum. I had two sets of friends.
How come you never respond to that thread that I got going? And I say,
hold on. I have you blocked. Pan, let's work it out.
Afraid to, brother.
No, I'm not afraid of it.
You know I got you by your fucking nuts.
I don't know what you're talking about. Pan.
You're a liar.
I was the one who told you to release that set of DMs,
right?
And you refused to do it. Well, I know, but I gave you permission. And usually,
I want you to read the text and then tell me whether or not that is exactly what was said. And then
but we don't live in a like that's this autistic reality where it has to be DMs. Literally said.
You know why I don't want to drop DMs?
Because dropping DMs.
You'll play victim.
I won't play victim.
Oh my God, he broke our privacy. He's dropping DMs.
No. Pan, I don't want you to Pan. I don't want you to drop any Pan. I gave you permission to drop those DMs.
Yeah, then you'll play victim. You'll be a.
How could I do that when I gave you when there's a tweet?
Like you always
Ethan, do. if I may, just for a second. So you said earlier, just as a point of clarification, you said that you were not responsible when someone interpreted something you didn't mean. But just now you did say, well, I took something to mean something else. One thing I'm noticing. And I'm just, some random nobody, but I feel like I speak for the normies sometimes who dip in, who dip out, who don't always follow all this crazy nonsense. But I do see a lot of shit talking. And I think a lot of normies who dip in and dip out and want to follow this, want to support some of the cause sometimes. We see tons of shit talking. We see lots of accusations being flung. And we see people who are taking things and interpreting one thing and then dialing it up to an 11, and then all of a sudden all the accusations of lying come out. I'm someone who has 3 sisters, and if you ask any sister and me what happened about a very particular objective situation, it's surprising how you'll get like 4 different situations out of it. You'll get 4 different stories. But if we're not careful, what ends up happening is you're saying this, you're a liar. And then it's like, well, I interpreted this, and then we start bringing out, flavors of interpretation into.
Sure, yeah, that's fair. So can I share my screen? And then because I agree with you, but you interpret this for me, please. Read this tweet aloud, and you tell me what this means.
All right, sure, but what's the full context?
Victim time.
Context.
I want to know the context. I'm not being a victim.
I'll tell you the context because I wrote it. Right.
Context matters. Okay, so to be fair, to be fair to the other side, what is the context here? Because this is what I hate about the clip game. Because again, from a normie perspective, when people are playing clip games, what ends up happening is a whole bunch of manipulation. And again, theater of the mind. You see what you want to see, you interpret what you want to interpret, and then the superheroes and the supervillains come out because this is comics, right? And then it's just you're a bad guy, you're a good guy, and I'm basically just looking at people just arguing with each other on the internet and winning nothing. So,
someone translate this panism.
Yeah. Okay. Well, what it is I'm saying is if your fans from Kiwi Farms put out memes of my sister, they're going to be all over your timeline.
So that's what you meant.
Yep.
She's about to be your new business partner.
Mm-hmm.
What does that mean?
That means she's going to be all over your timeline.
So when I see, on my chat,
because I blame you for getting me dog.
No. Again, So that this is you saying what you meant. Okay.
Yes.
This is full.
This is what I meant.
This is full context. Now, Ethan, I'm sure you could say that you
It's
have
not
ways.
a death threat.
Okay,
I think I have to throw myself down a flight of stairs to understand this.
Hey, whoa,
Yeah,
that's not necessary. Okay, all right, Ethan. Now you mean, how did you read this? What did you interpret from this?
He wanted to play victim.
No, I didn't. I said this.
Whoa.
Here's what I said. I said,
sorry.
Hold on, let me talk. I said, what's this about? So as you can see, I didn't interpret it anyway. I said, what's this about?
You're telling
and
people you're
posted
getting
it.
death threats on Twitter, you fucking
No, other
pussy.
people are saying that. I'm not saying that.
You said that.
Other
You
people
said it.
are saying that. Other people.
Bro,
this
I
got sent. By the way, Pan, if somebody sent this to me, I'm allowed to interpret this as a death threat, and I will leave that open to the. Well, I'm not a pussy.
Well,
I
I'm telling
received
you what
dozens
it
of
meant.
death threats.
Well, it's
well,
not.
I've received lots of death threats. You've seen me receive
Well,
death
you're not
threats.
going to get one from me.
Well, thanks, Pan. But this is a really scary thing to say to somebody, especially
when
over
you
something.
fuck with my family.
I'm not, but okay,
got
all right,
problems.
Pan.
Do you
Hold on a
understand
second,
that?
Pan.
Do you understand that?
Pan, have you ever read Kiwi Farms before? Have you read it?
No, I don't spend much time there.
Okay, I do read it. That's why I open an account
there.
there.
Kiwi spurg. You're a huge Kiwi spurg.
Well, they make fun of me there. See, this is the thing, Pan. They don't like me there. I am there to troll them.
They see through your bullshit. That's why.
Well, that's great. So in other words, they see through my bullshit, and I can't manipulate them and tell them to dox you. That's not something that's in my power to do because they see through my bullshit. They make fun of me every single day. And what I do is I go in there and peacock, they call it. In other words, I show off how well Cyberfrog's doing to drive them nuts. Some of them have caught on to that.
Made in DMs? What was that little threat you made in the DMs there?
What threat in the DM? Could you tell me what that means?
Go against me, Pan, and see how it goes.
That's that's not a threat. That's exactly right. Go against me with this and see how it goes for you in War Campaign. I don't think it's going to go well.
You're going to get us all doxxed because the next day we were.
That's ridiculous. No, Pan, that's not what I do. I don't do that.
Really?
No, I don't do that.
If I can, for
really
just
suspicious.
Well, I don't do that. I don't have the capability. I don't dox people.
You could have told your fucking Spur guy that you know that.
I don't have any Spur guys.
I don't. You're his first
Mr. Dongs is in here. Mr. Dongs is pretty popular over. I would say popular on Kiwi Farms.
He's a Spurg.
I mean, Mr. Dongs is going to have to give you some perspective about how they see me at Kiwi Farms.
Mr. Dongs doesn't even know the fucking history of Comicsgate. I ain't listening to nothing that guy says.
Okay, if I could for just a second. So again, like we were making just a teeny bit of progress about 5 seconds ago. But one thing I noticed was something I have noticed a lot, which is, and I've seen this on both sides of the argument because, like I said, I dipped in, I dipped out, and then I found my Twitter timeline. Half of it was shouting at the other half. So again, just speaking from the normies, like this doesn't really do anybody any credit. When it's just shouting all the time, creators who I know and I respect, and everyone's calling everybody a liar. And from normie vision, it means that either everyone's lying or that, there's a whole bunch of, sociopaths that I didn't know, which in reality, what I think is happening is a whole bunch of shit talkers taking things out of context and, not having, that 5 seconds of understanding, like where Pam basically said, this is what I meant. And then Ethan said, well, this is how I read it. And this is how it would, how maybe a lot of people would read it. And Pan's like, well, that's not what I meant. This is what I meant in full context. And then we actually, were able to get past things for just a second. But one thing I keep noticing is accusations of what's called motivism. And just to break it down, it means when you assume what someone else is thinking. And that's a very, not to be mean, a very foolish thing to do, because only an individual knows what he is thinking at any given time. So the second that you say, this is what your motive is, this is what you're thinking, you're already in a fallacious position. So again, I'll let someone say, this is what I meant. This is the context of what I've meant. And then someone else can say, well, either I agree with you or disagree with you to this extent. You're going to make way more progress than you're going to make with, this is what you meant. And the other person's going to say, of course, this isn't what I meant. That's not what I was thinking. Do you know my mind? Do you know my soul? I mean, let's get past that, because otherwise it's just going to be a circle jerk of just calling each other, pussies and fags for like 2 hours.
Oz, this guy's going to take your job.
It's I'm quite fascinated by the people that come on the show and do this role. It's very similar to Peter. What's his name? George Peter Gatsis.
Oh yeah, the Blue Muppet.
Mm.
He's a character.
Very similar. Continue on, Twitless. As you were.
I'm going to lose my voice. Let's speed this up.
Okay.
All right, where are we at? What do we need to talk about here? Pan, I was not threatening your sister. I didn't dox you.
No, I
had
didn't
nothing.
say you were threatening.
Okay,
I was
all right.
saying you listen. You were on a Charlie's London thread, and you said that I was instructing people to say stuff in your chat about my sister. First off, that's 100% untrue.
Okay, that's good to know.
Second, why would you just say that? That's a straight up
because
lie.
Because you said all this stuff. No, you're right. But you said a bunch of tweets. You offered a lot of tweets that you were going to march your dead sister on me.
You're going to wake the dead, brother.
Which was really strange. Like that doesn't make any sense.
We speak
and
in
then I've got
fucking gay rope.
I got it. I got it. But then I see this person that I don't know in my chat saying something that's pretty fucking horrible about your sister.
That
and
person
it
is
looks
obviously
to me
a fucking paid member of your.
That doesn't matter. A lot of war campaigners. Yeah, a lot of war campaigners are still paid members of my channel. So I look at that and I go, that doesn't make sense.
I'm not telling anyone to do anything like that.
All right, well, Pan, that's okay. But
I haven't said anything about Anna's sister. You need to quit saying that I'm saying shit about Anna's sister.
Pan, I think you should come out and tell your friends that that's fucked up. But
how do you know that I haven't? I'm not going to do it publicly because I don't tell grown men what to do on the internet.
Why not?
I don't see why you shouldn't.
Because I don't need to make a show out of that.
To toss a bone to Pan here, Ethan, I do see you. I have seen some instances. It seems, again, just from my normie vision, again, correct me if I'm wrong, but I have seen you lump people in, and say these people are doing X. And I know you're, like I said, I know you don't have time to follow every single Twitter thread ever.
He does a bunch of SJWs.
Well, no. Hey. Let's be fair here, okay? But sometimes I have seen you lump people together and be very combative, and I think that's part of your Jersey upbringing, whatever. But I've seen other people, normies, who say, "Wow, I feel like I'm being targeted. I feel like I'm being lumped in together with something that I'm not a part of," and then they feel like they're taking crap from you. And again, that's where I feel like a lot of this crap is started. So if you can clarify, who exactly you're talking about and be as specific as possible, I think certain people won't feel like they're being targeted and feel like they need to come after you with, whatever, memeing your ass off or whatever.
Name a bunch of war campaigners that are making or have made memes that are just excruciatingly awful. I don't want to do that. I feel like the problem with that is that in addition to naming the people who are making the meme or sharing the memes, there are the people who made the memes, the people who liked the memes, who retweeted the memes. It is
which I did none of. So why?
It is hard to. All right, Pan. Thank you for not doing that. But you know what? Those memes circulated. Pan, what I said to you was you need to come out against it, and you said, "How do you know I didn't?" Because I didn't hear you say it. I didn't hear you say it.
Girl alone, and I haven't ever said anything.
I would like War Campaign to find a new target, and if that target is me, if you guys insist on coming after me for some reason, because I just couldn't take any more, and I was disgusted.
We're gonna meme you.
I don't care. You're all blocked. But I mean, if that's what you want to do,
you unblock us to check. You forgot to reblock me the other day.
Well, I think I was saying something to you that I wanted you to hear. But I'll remember to reblock you. I'll remember to. Yeah, because you sent me a death threat.
I did not. That was before the.
Hold on.
Anyway.
Again.
You were spying on me because you're obsessed with me. You're in love with me.
Hold on.
I broke up with you.
Man, I didn't. You came in here. I didn't. What the fuck are you talking about? You came in here to pick a fight with me.
I came in. Yeah, I did.
Ethan, I understand that you don't want to get into direct name calling, but can you see how when people feel lumped in, they get super defensive? And to be fair, you have been lumped in with. Wasn't this what happened when Comicsgate got lumped in with the alt-right, and you hated that? So it feels like on a smaller scale, when you lump people in, that's how they feel, and then, like I said, just starts a smaller scale version of what's happened to you. Again, just normie vision. That's kind of what sometimes it appears to be happening.
The bad news is that this is a group of people who call themselves War Campaign that tend to all act.
Group.
You know what? Who is it a fan group of?
It's a fan group of Comicsgate.
I see.
Or continue. Finish what you were saying.
Well,
that doesn't fit your narrative.
Pan, let him finish. Come on, let him finish the thought before you jump down.
What are you talking about? It's not what Comicsgate's about to me. It's not what I think Comicsgate's for.
We buy lots of comics and we promote lots of comics. So.
Well, I definitely appreciate that, but it comes at a cost, doesn't it?
Then why are you canceling everyone that's associated
Pan,
with us?
we're trying to get to the bottom of this. Let him finish a thought before you jump down his throat.
I will say this.
I'm asking him questions.
I will say that the problem is so widespread that excluding people would probably be easier than pointing out individuals, and that's my view of this. As I look at this behavior, and I see who's involved. Many of these people, by the way, I don't even know. I don't even know these people. I don't even know if they're real or real war campaign. They could be just infiltrators. These guys are like, we're newbies. We weren't around in 2018.
I mean, we can't police everyone.
Who are
that
these
watches
people?
The show. How can we police everyone that watches the show?
Okay.
We're not going to try.
See, okay, from a normie vision, it just feels like it's recreations of similar things. Because when Comicsgate started, it's not like Ethan could control everybody, right? But then when the fan club starts, it's not like they can control everybody, right? So it's like it just keeps on happening. And from normie vision, we just get confused, and then a lot of us get afraid, and then we dip out, and that's why you're seeing less people contribute to these campaigns. I'm not saying I have the answer. What I'm saying is that it's very easy to identify what some of the problems are.
Ethan believes you can control people. He believes he can control.
No. I just said you can't assume what someone else believes. If you
I've seen him in action.
Oh Lord, Ethan, do you think you can control people?
No.
He's very manipulative.
Oh well, I don't know if I'm manipulative.
Human beings are manipulative. Come on.
I don't
this
think
is
that's
on another level, brother.
Well, Pan. Here's what I think. What I think is I have a show, and in the past, it's been pretty clear that when I promote comic books. People buy them. My fans buy them. I thought you guys were my fan club. That's what you told me.
We were until you started acting not Comicsgate.
You told me I've been Comicsgate all along. Nothing's changed. I've been Comicsgate nonstop. Some of these weird things.
Is Dynamite Comicsgate?
No, I am Comicsgate, and therefore anyone I use to fulfill my ends is just somebody that I've employed.
How can you be Comicsgate when you're trying to fucking cancel all these Comicsgate creators?
First of all, back up. Did you hear what I just said about Dynamite? Because that's a big thing going around. What I said was, I am Comicsgate.
Right.
And I have my independent comic book. And therefore, anyone that I employ, whether it's another mainstream company to help me make product, or individuals who make product, I can't do this all by myself. So, that's Comicsgate.
That's fair enough, but it's Dynamite Comicsgate.
Dynamite is they're a company that makes comic books.
How
Some
come you
people
said they're
over there.
Comicsgate? How come you were trying to tell people they were Comicsgate?
Because one individual there feels very strongly about what's going on in the culture war. And that individual is my friend. And so I feel like, as this person is seeing the reality of the comic book industry, I think in a way, and I slipped, I probably shouldn't have said it the way that I said it, but to say that Dynamite is Comicsgate when they are allies of this movement and they're helping Comicsgaters.
You were trying to push that narrative to see if people.
Well, I mean, you guys.
And they didn't. They told you were crazy, so you dropped it.
No, I don't think that's true, Pan. I don't have to convince people of things like that.
You
It's
tried.
not. No, Pan. I didn't try to convince people of anything. The reality of the situation is, I have to make books. I make toys, and therefore I get into business with people who help me do that. But it's me employing them, and therefore this idea that people who utilize Dynamite and their vast resources are no longer Comicsgate is a really fucking weird idea that seems alien to me. What makes Comicsgate, or what makes Dynamite any different than, say, Transcontinental Printing? They print Gail Simone comics. So surely we're putting money in the pockets of Gail Simone somehow by employing Transcontinental to make our books. It doesn't make any sense, Pan. It's not based on anything in reality. I will continue to go out and do the stuff that I do, make the product that I make, to enrich myself and use whoever is out there to help me make that product. If it's Dynamite, cool. If it's Transcontinental, cool. BCW supplies me with all kinds of stuff. These are mainstream companies that I need right now.
Pan, if I could toss you another bone here, Ethan. One thing that I've noticed is that as these mainstream creators get kind of tossed into the mix, I think I've noticed a lot of hurt feelings because it does feel like perhaps that the little guys who started the thing and were following from the very, very beginning are getting left behind. I'm not saying
left behind by who?
I'm not saying what the solution is. I'm talking about perceptions and feelings. Okay.
All right.
And so again, so this is not it's not all about facts. Again, perception and feelings are a thing. And so if the little guys who are in your in the supposed fan club are struggling to get their books in, and maybe they're struggling to get on your shows, and they see other people get fast tracked to the front, it feels like, again, from the normie outside perspective, it feels like that's where the hurt was coming. Am I anywhere near the mark there, Pan?
Yeah, I'm not a creator, so I can't really speak to that. I'm a consumer. I'm not making a book, so that's really not my perspective at all that I have.
Okay.
So
Well, let me offer a three-dimensional view of that. Okay. I am not the totality of Comicsgate. I am a comics gator who was pushed into being a comics gator when I was canceled by SJWs and pushed out of the mainstream. And I built up my own platform full of my fans, okay? Not comics gators, my fans who came along with me. And then I said, guys, I believe in this thing called Comicsgate. And I'm going to start my own book. I'm going to do it myself. I want you guys to support my book. And by the way, support my friend Zach's book over here too. And my fans came along and bought his book and bought my book. Now, as time went on, thanks, Pan. As time went on, people like the Bunny and others started to give me grief because I was bringing in my friends from the mainstream onto my channel to meet my fans and to get their books promoted. And smaller creators were saying, why can't we get a shot? Why won't you support us too? And I said, that's a good point. Maybe I will. Maybe I'll bring on some of these smaller creators who didn't work in the mainstream ever. Besides Mitch Breitweiser, Mike S. Miller, these other guys that I was bringing out.
Holy shit, they all turned out to be cucks.
Yeah, they did. Well, not Mitch. Mitch is not a cuck. He just fucked up his book.
Well,
but
Walmart.
The guy's really good, though. To be fair, but the Walmart thing, Walmart thing sucked.
All right.
But the whole thing was bring on these smaller creators, and now suddenly, and I did that for a long time, as much as I could, and then suddenly the perception switched, and it became this audience, which was kind of my fans, became the totality of Comicsgate, and it became Ethan is taking over Comicsgate, rather than what actually happened, which was I took my fans and turned them on to Comicsgate and asked them to please, as a favor to me, think about supporting these other comic books. Do you understand? So when I say I'm going to bring some more professionals over and I'm going to introduce them to my audience and get their books funded, that's because I have a big, gigantic fan base and an audience that's willing to do that. I don't owe these smaller creators anything. I do it out of the goodness of my heart, but I don't want to feel pushed into it. I don't want ass madness if I decide that I don't want to support your books. This is not the totality of Comicsgate. I am just part of Comicsgate. I am a voice within Comicsgate. I am a Comicsgater. I recommend, as I've always recommended, that other people build up their own platforms and do what I did. Maybe spend 25 years working in the mainstream and earn a little bit of clout that they can turn into a customer base and a platform, and then they can get their books funded on their own. Other than that, if I choose not to support their books, I don't know what to say about their hurt feelings. They're not entitled to anything from me.
Sure. The one thing that does sometimes get me is that again, that's the way. Thank you for clarifying that point. But sometimes it feels like, sorry, I was just reading chat there. Apparently, I'm injecting soy. Apparently, people want more blood sports. Maybe I should just shut up and let you guys scream at each other for another, 45 minutes.
That was used to be the soy injection. You took my spot.
No, I'm sorry. What's a soy latte? No,
well-read user is way more soy than you. Don't worry about it.
Woohoo! All right, no, probably. I was trying to be the Lorax. I speak for the trees. So the point that I have seen sometimes, Ethan, is that it appears from an outside perspective that sometimes you want to have your cake and eat it too, or I'm sorry, I should say pie. Have your pie and eat it too, where it's like you want to say you're Comicsgate, and it appears again from the way I interpret it that I'm Comicsgate. Everyone is, I'm the totality of Comicsgate, and sometimes in your Twitter messaging, that's the way it appears that you want it. But then when the heat gets turned up, it's like, well, I'm not in charge of it. So it almost feels like you're playing both sides of that, and even it appears that way on some of your live streams when things get really contentious, and
Well, I would say, excuse me if you ever thought that I was saying that I am the totality of Comicsgate. I think I've said hundreds and hundreds and hundreds of times that was not the case. There were many opportunities for me to seize the title of leader of Comicsgate, and some people probably would have gone along with that. And I said time and time again, that's not something that I want. And the only way I would ever accept the role of leader of Comicsgate is if there was an election and I got 100% of the votes. Other than that, I'm quite happy where I'm at. I like being a big voice in Comicsgate. I like having the power to get books funded. I won't lie, that's incredibly cool that I can get books funded on my show, usually within a day. One live stream will get a book funded. I really love that. I love my fans for that. I'm really grateful for that.
How's it feel to try and kill them?
Pan, right. I have never tried to kill anyone's comic, including yours.
Too?
I pulled my support from it.
Okay, talking shit does not equal killing. So let's be specific.
No, Comicsgate is dead. Your War Campaign is dead. War Campaign isn't.
Yeah, that's a lot of shit talking.
You did your best to get people to not buy that book. Let's be honest.
You guys reciprocated pretty good on Ethan, so
I don't
he has a
think
right to stand up for himself.
I don't think I did that.
Okay.
I don't think I did that.
Well, it's out there. It's all over Twitter.
Well, people can look and see my behavior. I think I took an evil fucking message. And
from Gat Hanzo?
No, from Ro Kabir Kumar.
From Ro took an evil.
Ro liked it. Message. Ro hit like on something.
Oh, he
really
liked
sinister.
the post. Holy shit, he liked the post.
Why would you like something like that?
You're gonna cancel a CG project.
I'm not. I can't cancel anything,
post?
Pan. I can't. You're missing, Pan. You're
man.
Pan. You keep missing. I can't cancel anything. I can pull my support from it.
You know what? It's about to hit 26K. Pretty good for you trying to fucking cancel it.
Then why are you here?
I think you just proved that I didn't try to cancel it.
Are you gonna suck his dick, Well-Read user?
Okay, I'm tired of you pulling at Daddy's pant leg, saying, "Please pay attention at me."
No, I'm here to kick Daddy in the balls, and I am.
He doesn't owe you anything, Pan. Go live your life.
He doesn't owe me a goddamn thing, and I don't owe him.
You jumped in here just to talk crap.
Yeah, I did. What did you do? You came in here to suck dick.
No, I came in here to have a conversation.
You came in here. Are you gonna call the cops again? Are you gonna call the cops on me for shit I didn't even do again? You fucking pussy.
You should be focused on promoting your book instead of coming in here making the book campaign look bad.
Pussy. You don't promote shit. All you do is threaten to refund people because Cecil.
You're losing backers right now, like actively. Ethan doesn't have to cancel you. You cancel yourself.
You're a pussy. Why don't you go call the cops?
Yeah,
Ethan,
go call the cops on the internet because you're a pussy.
Did you know that Well-Read User has is it a warrant out against Pan? Or is it just
probably
a lawsuit?
Yeah, would you file Well-Read?
It's just Pan, say what Pan, go ahead and laugh, but like it's weird that people are doing that around you. You know what I mean? Like it's weird. I don't know, going to the police about you. I mean,
because
here's the thing.
Fucking pussies. Listen,
well, I mean, Pan, people could be pussies.
It's all about you, dude. They're trying to get you. Do you understand what's happening?
No.
Anti-CG has this thing where they're trying to convict me on this bullshit charge so that they can say you're leading a fucking harassment campaign. They're trying to get you, brother.
Well,
if I go down,
care.
They're gonna try and get you. I'm telling you.
I'm not worried about it.
I'm gonna have to save your ass. I'm gonna have to save.
And I'm not at all worried about it.
I'm gonna go to jail for you, brother. I'm going to jail for you.
Thanks. I'm not worried about it. You'll be going to jail for yourself. I'm
going to jail for you.
All right.
Because they're trying to use me to take you down.
Be quicker about it, Pan.
I'm trying to get it through the system. You talk to the fucking
Go to
DA.
jail tomorrow. Go right now.
I'm trying. I would love to get this.
Okay.
Trust me.
Jeez.
Vacation on Panama.
But so Well-Read. What files did you charge in against who?
I'm not gonna bring that up.
Because you're a pussy. and it has nothing to do with anything. You're just calling the cops on some guy you're trying to do some guilt by association shit, trying to get me in trouble for something someone else said. You're a huge pussy.
Man, what are your goals on YouTube? Are you here to make money?
No, bro. I'm here to have some laughs and to call out the cucks.
Are you here to cost other people money?
I'm here to call you a cuck.
That's what you do.
Do I?
I mean, when you come in here and you call people names and you want to stir up shit and divide CG, you're just costing people money.
Who?
Well, right now you're costing GAD a lot of money.
I am? I don't have anything to do with that project.
If War Campaign could control themselves and act civilly, they would have way more backers. You'd be a six-figure campaign again.
Cops on people for nothing? Is that civil?
All right, so I'm going to toss Pan another bone here, which is the fact that Comicsgate, no matter how you look at it, is a countercultural movement, kind of like the 2016 election, and the trolls help win. All right, but once the victory's been had, most countercultural movements kind of start eating themselves. There's kind of an historical perspective on it, and that's when like the mainstream part of it starts distancing itself. Like you can just like step back and just watch that happen from after the 2016 election with the alt-right, and you kind of see it, I think, now happening with War Campaign. And I'm again, like I said, not that I have the answers to it, but it's like it's you hate to see it happen, but it's like without the memers, without the trolls, without the people who being edgy, you don't get some of the countercultural victories that you get. But, edgy over time usually doesn't age very well. And then there's a certain point where it's like, man, I can't have that rape joke on my channel. And it's like, well, you used that rape joke earlier to help win against the, opponent we were fighting, which would be like the mainstream. Like that totally is something that's happening.
The whole thing about this is that like right now at this moment, now let's go back in time about a month ago, 2 months ago. Comicsgate was at its zenith. I mean, everything was really, really, really good. And I remember stopping it to take a minute to smell the roses, as it were, and say everything is great right now. Everything is really, really great. We've got all of our allies lined up where we want. We got War Campaign. They're about to launch their books. It's going to be great. Basically everybody was succeeding. And then it all turned to shit over something incomprehensible. And if you hear me yelling, and I'm very angry about it. I'm angry that what was going pretty fucking well, our victory, Preston Poulter got revealed to be a cuck who takes it up the ass from his wife. It couldn't have been better. And then here's where we are. I'm sitting here screaming at Pan. I got Anna, I got Cecil, I got Malin all pissed off. These guys are vital to my show. I need them happy and funny so that I can continue to sell comic books. And I got War Campaign making everybody crazy over something that's just, it's not even their purview. I don't even know why War Campaign's talking about this shit. I don't understand it.
Talking about what?
Talking about A, Dynamite. Talking about B, peasant class. The peasant class of Comicsgate. And C, no, the attitudes. And C, talking about Anna's poor sister. I don't understand what War Campaign is doing now. And unless War Campaign is making a deliberate break from me and my association, which is what if that's the case, that's cool. Let me know. Let me in on it.
We did. We told you.
I heard you, and then it came with all of this shit.
Yeah.
Go do your own thing. What are you doing?
I came on to tell
you guys exploded. You guys just fucking self-immolated.
Quit lying.
I haven't lied to you, Pan. I'm telling you the
you
truth.
You're telling lies on Charlie's London threads about how.
No. See, Oz, remember the whole thing about what's a lie and what's not a lie? You just had this conversation.
You have no proof to that.
Yes.
Okay, Pan. No, I jumped to a conclusion based on pretty good evidence. And you're telling me
evidence? You have no evidence. There's absolutely no evidence.
I just told you.
It's not evidence. That's not
Pan,
evidence.
when you say I'm going to march my dead sister on you, and then that shows up, and then you make a big deal out of it, seems to me like it's a gay op. Now, did I jump to the wrong conclusion? Maybe.
Yeah.
Okay, well, you and I aren't having conversations anymore, Pan.
Nope.
So how am I supposed to know? What I'm getting out of you are death threats.
That's not a death threat.
That was a death threat. Pan, shut the just knock it off. You're probably drunk. That's why I wasn't even worried about it.
I don't really drink much. Was that?
All right.
That was
a death threat. Yes, it was.
You're a
I've got
crybaby. You're a.
I'm not crying. I acknowledged it for what it was. I'm not worried about it because it's coming from you.
Holy shit!
I'm not worried about it because it's coming from you. And I'm like, Pansy, they're high or drunk.
You think I just?
And he's sending me bullshit.
Come on, you're crazy, dude.
Pan, I showed it to everybody, and everyone in the chat thought it was a death threat.
Well, I'm telling you, it wasn't.
Okay, Pan. Well, and in any case, Pan.
And why do you play
circumstances?
Why are you gonna play victim? Oh, it was a death threat. No, dude.
Pan, you belong to an organization that says #blame war campaign. You guys exist on victimhood. Stop pointing the finger at other people playing victim. You guys are all about victimhood. Blame war campaign. We're bullied by everyone. Everyone misunderstands us.
It's a joke. You don't get fucking.
Well, you know what,
parody?
Pan?
You don't get
It's not
anymore?
a joke. It's not a parody. It literally is your way of.
We're an organization. We're a YouTube show, dude. It's not an organization.
You are a union. You are a political union, self-appointed, of Comicsgate fandom.
So everyone in your chat now is an organization.
No, just War Campaign. War Campaign is
Why is War Campaign
a political union. You are.
Bullshit.
That is what you are. Yes,
it's a
you are.
YouTube show.
And you say we're customers and we have
crazy.
rights.
You're nuts, dude.
Pan, you're exercising. You guys exercise
You're gonna tell me
politics.
what War Campaign is? I created War Campaign, motherfucker. You're not gonna tell me what it is.
Well, I'm here to tell
It's
you
a
what you
YouTube
created.
show.
I'm
It's
here to
not
tell
an
you what you created.
organization.
Pan,
You're
I'm here to
crazy,
tell
brother.
you what you created. You
You're here
created
to make
a union.
up fucking lies on Charlie's London threads about my dead sister, you fucking scumbag.
And
we're back to this.
And we're back.
War Campaign is SJW cancel culture. It's the entire reason CG was even started. And I disagree with Twitless.
You're a huge SJW. You're talking about refunding people because you get butthurt. You're the biggest SJW around Well-Read User One. Why don't you shut the fuck up?
So I disagree with Twitless, where you said that troll culture defines counterculture in the 2016 election. CG was never about troll culture. We were the normies looking for a haven to get away from troll culture. Troll culture is not an alt culture thing. It's pervasive in the left and the mainstream as well. It's what spawned Comicsgate and Gamergate and all these other alternative movements. Normal people wanting to be able to exercise their freedom to purchase what they want in the free open marketplace, and having people deride them for making choices. And that's what War Campaign turned into. And that's the reason why this rift exists, because we always just wanted to exercise our freedoms here without being dictated to by anybody. So when Ethan associates with Dynamite or all these other companies, that's freedom of association. And frankly, it's good because normies are supposed to network. And normies are supposed to grow their business. They're not supposed to become radical ideologues that write up, doctrines that everybody has to adhere to.
Look at little Isaac Lavinia. Look at his little face, like he's a little mommy's darling, and look at the way he's talking.
That could be totally a stock image.
That's
War Campaign.
He looks like a Monchichi.
Oh, it's like, shut the fuck up, Well-Read bitch. It's like that guy would never say that in real life. That's War Campaign.
With Isaac Lavina. I agree with him.
You agree with that? He's shut the fuck up, Well-Read bitch?
Yes.
Well, I don't agree. I don't
believe War Campaign actually believes in anything in particular. They're the same trolls that were blue hairs just a month ago. They float around between these tribal experiences, and they just want a chance to get off online, frankly.
We're blue hairs, but we hate SJWs and talk shit about them all the time and battle them all.
Well, the minute you guys will get marginalized, you'll be back on the SJW side, paid by Renfimus and attacking us.
We're paid by Renfimus now.
Well,
your whole thing is tribalism.
Death
you guys just want
paid
a sense
by
of belonging.
Renfimus. Oh
It's all
my God,
some
you
weird
guys.
projection of identity online. What do you really believe in, frankly? Like, why don't you tell us what War Campaign believes in and how all of us are betraying, the principles of War Campaign, that we deserve all of this cancellation from you guys.
Cancellation. Oh no, you're a victim. Oh Jesus.
Well, you're building narrative.
Good time.
You're lying
we
about
believe
people.
In supporting
so what do you think you're doing?
Who am I lying about? Can you show evidence where I'm lying?
You've been lying about Ethan this entire stream.
Have I?
All I hear is childish accusations and spin. Tell us what we're doing that's so wrong. How are we defying your rules that you actually live by? And
well, you're just an annoying bitch, really.
Yeah. Can you make a point, please? Like, I'll be nice to you. Can you make a point? Pam?
Yeah, I can make a point. You're the guy that when Cecil took your wrench you cried and tried to take it out on all the Comicsgate creators you had bought books from and said, I'm going to refund all my Comicsgate books because Cecil took my wrench.
See, this
That's
is
what you're known for. That's what you're known for. You're an SJW.
Tactic, right? Like, you want to personalize and label and project. The minute somebody criticizes an SJW, they're not
Stop calling shit
don't listen to that person's voice
history, bro. You're well-read
label, personalize. Why don't you state some principles? Make something, some objective point here that we can actually discuss and think about.
My principle is when Ethan took my wrench, I didn't go refund all his books. That's my principle.
Well, that's because you asked me to take your wrench, or
No,
Ro did. Rose said, "Take all our wrenches away." Because we want to be able to act independently and not as representatives of you in any way. And I said, sounds good to me.
Off and then broke up with you on your
sounds
show,
good
and then
to
you
me.
took my wrench.
See, how is this not an SJW tactic to just go after people?
Well,
personally?
because SJWs are about intersectionality. Nobody's people are like, this is SJW. No, SJWs have tactics, and those tactics work. But it has nothing to do with blue-haired intersectionality and the victim hierarchy and all of that stuff, identity politics. So people saying you're acting like an SJW is a stupid thing to say. You're using tactics that I disapprove of is something different. But no, none of the people that we're speaking to here, as far as I know, have a pyramid of victims. Based on skin color, gender, sexual preference, etc., that they adhere to that instruct how they view the world. So let's stop calling each other SJWs. It's really stupid.
Thank you.
Well, I think they're collectively victims. So, and I don't see how it's difficult for them to float between intersectionality and the victimhood that they play here. I'm not saying they're literal SJWs, literal.
You're the guy that called the cops over nothing the other day, and you're going to say other people are playing victim? Holy shit, bro. Do you listen to yourself? You called the cops and fucking in my state.
Isaac, sorry. I'm just saying it's funny because you look like a little kid and you're telling people to shut the fuck up and calling them bitch.
Isaac Lavina is the fucking man.
All right. He's the fucking man. What can I tell you? I hurt his feelings on accident. I didn't mean to. All right.
So I think their identity has a lot of things in common with SJWs, and I'm not saying they're in here promoting leftist ideology.
You don't know.
I'm saying that they act exactly like the SJWs
do. You even watch the show?
With just different talking points.
Do you watch the War Campaign show?
Yeah, I've watched it a few times. I watched it early on, actually, too, and I know your guys' bit, and I always thought you guys were funny, and I always wanted you guys to be part of Comicsgate. But I don't know, you went very extreme, and now you're purity testing everybody. You're purity testing people.
You got any proof of that?
Yeah,
that's called sea lioning. Give me proof. Give me proof of that. Where are your receipts?
We need something to go on.
Well, I mean,
just take his fucking word for it. We know the guy's.
Well, I told you that you were threatening me with death, and you said, "Where are the receipts?" And I gave you the receipts, and everybody agreed, and you said that was not a death threat. So receipts don't work on you.
No, hold on. I mean, we covered that earlier.
It was, dude. Clearly,
brother, God, you're such a pussy.
Dude, I'm not a pussy, or I would have reported the death threat. I didn't do any of that.
It's not a death threat.
It was a death threat. There's no other way to interpret that. You could show that to 10 people, and 10 out of 10 people would realize that was a death threat. You're being silly. Be honest. Be honest. You were pissed off, and you wanted to kill me. And you know what, Pan?
No, come on, brother.
Pan.
I don't want to kill you.
Pan, you wanted to kill me yesterday.
I want to slap you in the nuts. Right in the nuts. Just like a tap.
With your mouth, you mean, right? You mean with your mouth.
No, with
with your mouth. Right, in the nuts. So, yeah, put my nuts in your mouth. Like they are now. Look, you did. You wanted to kill me yesterday.
You're crying victim.
You wanted to kill me yesterday, and it's really sad. I have a 4-year-old. I got a wife.
How would you?
How sad is that?
Wait. Oh my God! If it's the tweet we covered earlier, didn't we already cover the fact that he didn't mean it as a death threat, but you could take it as that?
I don't care. It doesn't matter.
He's saying it is for sure. I mean, it's crazy. All right, he's fucking with me. That's cool. Let me tell you, it wasn't a death threat.
I don't care. All right, let's move on. What is this? What do we have to discuss here? I want to
love tap you in the nuts, though.
I know you do with your mouth.
Oh no.
Okay.
Now,
with the back of my hand.
I don't know why you want to touch my genitals
Not
at
my
all,
palm.
Pan.
Not my palm.
Pan, are my genitals out and exposed during this transaction?
Fully clothed.
I mean, what the hell are you talking about? All right, so
I want to slam you in the nads.
Okay. We got
it. Let's carry it.
Right. Message received.
Yeah. Next topic.
Twitless.
Hello. Where did everybody go?
I'm here. Did Pan leave? Pan left.
Yeah.
I don't know what's going on.
Tell me, Twitless, are you free tomorrow?
I am. Yes. Well, it depends what time.
Same bat time, same bat channel.
Sure.
Okay. Will you come on and have a chat to me about yourself and who you are?
I mean, like, you want me to dox myself? I mean, is this all gay op? I'm kidding. I don't care.
I'll get my buddies at Kiwi Farms to do that. My good friends.
It'll be way too easy.
Yeah.
No. So okay. One thing I wanted to say to Ethan specifically is, and again, I was going to light just a little bit of a fire under you if you didn't mind, because earlier on the show was just like, really, really dead, and I was like, I've got a topic, I've got a thing to say.
I want you to do that. Yeah, that's what I was hoping for.
All right, that's fair. Because I followed you, just to give just a teeny bit of a background. I followed you, or I knew who you were back with Rob Granito, back when that was on Bleeding Cool, the whole Rob Granito thing with Mark Wade. And I remember at the very beginning, Mark Wade was like, oh, well, when the lefty hippie and the Nazi get together. And I was like, that's a real subtle dig there. And I didn't appreciate it because, I see leftists do that where they say, oh, I'm a hippie, but you're a Nazi, wink, wink, as if it's like equivalent. And I even wrote a blog post about it, whatever. Anyway, so I remember kind of having a little torch in your corner. And then the whole Comicsgate thing kind of happened. And then I dipped out, and then, 6 months later, half of my Twitter feed is fighting with the other half of my Twitter feed. Here is my problem. My problem is that, when I turn on my normie, radar, okay, I see people that I respect, people that I follow, people that I know are good people, and on one side of the divide, and then I see your side, and I've watched hours of your content, and I see, you're just a big guy who's talking about pie, and I like that. But, and here's the big but here, both sides are calling each other evil. Okay. And I've seen you lump people together and kind of say, these are evil people. And then I've talked to those people and they're like, no, we've stopped talking about Ethan, months ago. And he keeps lumping us in together. And they're like, Ethan's evil. And I'm like, well, crap, shit. What am I supposed to do with this? Who is the real evil person here? And Ethan, you do talk a enormous amount of shit, and that's fine. But it doesn't do you much credit, I'll say. And it doesn't do anyone else much credit when they jump right into it and just start shit flinging with you. And I'll say you're like better at shit flinging than most people. But I mean, what the hell, man?
What do you want me to say to that?
What the fuck was that, man? Was there a fucking question in there?
Okay,
or what?
all right, the question is
that was a really long ramble, dude.
Okay, I know. Okay, so do you think that the people on the other side, the Doug Tenaples, the Nurkishes, again, I haven't followed all of this super closely. Are these people evil to you?
No.
Okay. Can you expand a little bit on that? Because I feel like they get lumped in together on your live streams when everyone's talking shit, and then all of a sudden it gets really popular to bang on these people, and then it's like, oh, they're the villains, they're the evil guys, we need to fight against them.
Well,
that's become the narrative.
I have, what? I don't think I've ever said that any one person is evil. I think the word evil came out of my mouth recently with regards to the tweets that I was seeing about Anna. I said, this is evil. I didn't say they were evil. I said this is evil. So it's not people, it's behavior that I find to be reprehensible and evil. And I want it stopped. And I want it stopped yesterday. And in some cases, I want it apologized for, if possible, in this climate. It's not very likely that kind of a thing is going to happen. I don't think Doug Tenaple is evil. I think he's a dickhead. I don't think Nurkish is evil. I think he's just kind of a sap. I don't like these people. I don't like these individuals. But you see, there's a big difference between calling something, someone evil, which I don't believe I've done, and the actions or behavior of a person or people. And in this case, I feel very strongly that what I've seen over the past week out of war campaigners, it's not all of them, but a great deal of them, qualifies as evil. And I hate to say that because they were closely associated with me, and people told me for a long time, you got to get rid of them. And I said, no, they're funny, they're okay. Well, they're making dildo memes. Those are fine. Look, not a big deal. And I still stand by that. I found the Ellen memes to be pretty fucking evil. And I don't know what else to say about that. I stand by that. Evil to the point where I'm going to raise my voice about them, obviously. And I'm going to yell. And I don't yell like that. I haven't even yelled like that at my own kid ever in his life. I'm yelling at Pan as though he is my child. And I'm trying to get through to him. That shit was evil. And I want it stopped because I believe in Comicsgate. I believe in the future that we're building here. And that kind of shit cannot coexist with what we're doing here. It can't. I can't do business with that. And it is not inviting or welcoming to new customers, new people who are investigating Comicsgate, and so on and so forth. So that's the difference.
All right, Twitless. I'm gonna leave it there with you, buddy. You're welcome to come on tomorrow night if you would. Shoot me a DM if you like. Otherwise, if you just come in the chat and alert me, I'll put the link in for you.
Will do. Right. Thanks for the chat.
Say goodbye to Comicsgate.
Goodbye, Comicsgate. Nice talking to you, Ethan.
Yeah, you too.
So, Ethan.
Yes, sir.
Tell me how your first experience of Live Without Liam has gone.
Very energized. I didn't think that it was going to be this noisy, but I stand by everything that I said, and I stand by the passion in which I expressed it. All of it. And I haven't yelled like that, like I said, in a long time, but God damn it, Oz.
I could feel the passion emanating from you.
Could you? All the way on the other side of the world. Yeah.
As your avatar, as I watch your avatar expand as you talk, I could just feel that energy just going through the computer into me with your
passion.
I
got people. I got a dude who's sitting there, like as if being offended and horrified by that kind of stuff makes you a pussy. That's gonna make me raise my voice, and I don't like to raise my voice. My voice is precious to me. I don't know if I'm going to be able to do a live stream. I don't know if I'm going to be able to talk in 10 hours. But that's infuriating to me. I think if you are not outraged by that kind of stuff, something's wrong with you. I don't want to live in a world where that kind of stuff goes unchallenged and people are not furious about it. I don't want to live in that world. I did what I thought I needed to do in order to fight that eventuality. I'm angry about it, very angry. And
I can see that it has affected you on a personal level.
On a personal, no, I don't know if it has affected me on a personal level, Oz. I just don't like. No, I don't like to watch other people. I don't like to watch other people suffer like that. I don't think it has much to do with me. But I can't. Here's the thing. I've got every one of my brothers and sisters. I've got 8 brothers and sisters. I have both of my parents. The other day, I was making a joke about having a heart attack over something, and I was trying to do a Sanford and Son riff, and I was thinking, who's the closest person to me that's up in heaven waiting for me? And it was my grandfather on my father's side. You know, Pop, I'm on my way. I'm coming, Pop. This is the big one. So I have not been touched by death. Thank God. And not by someone so young and a sibling like that. And as I said, I have difficulty understanding what that kind of pain is like. I can't understand what that would be like to go through the circumstances that Anna went through. There's all kinds of other background around this. I think Anna and her sister were even fighting the week before. It's a really awful situation. Awful situation.
Mm.
So
it is an awful situation, and I think the targeted use of those memes and the forwarding and the liking of them, I think I'm not sure why anybody's bothering to defend that behavior.
Well, in the chat now, it's just like, look, who touched you, EVS? You can share some of these. I don't like. Is it?
I've been
funny?
sharing them all the way through. Don't worry, I haven't been. I've been.
I mean,
is
this funny? Is this funny? I don't know, man.
No. It's not funny. It's serious because, and this is when I said that it's touched you on a personal level. I didn't mean that as in you have a weakness there, and that's like to be exploited. It's more just like in your daily life when you're trying to work and you're trying to get things done, and there are certain points where you do have to rely on other people in your sphere. Sure. And when those people like let you down, as as War Campaign have let you down, then you're going to have this reaction, this personal reaction, because these aren't just people that sort of were just a fan club. They were actually people involved behind the scenes with business and friendships and things like that.
Yeah, I think I considered Ro a friend to the point where I spoke with him on the phone a few times, and we talked about family stuff. So it's all very disappointing. I've never spoken to Pan on the phone or Gat. I don't know. I don't have a personal relationship with these guys, but I felt like I knew a little bit about Ro. So all of this is it's disappointing on a personal level in that way. Yeah, the things have gone this way. But I don't know. I still feel like there wasn't any other way I could take this. I wish there was.
I'm just gonna plug something quickly while you're all here. And also Ethan, I won't keep you too long, but I do want to show you something. I've got some news about oh God, what's her name? Miss Peggy. What's Preston Poulter's wife?
Oh boy. Okay.
What's her name?
I don't know.
All right.
Mistress.
Mistress Roulette. Mistress Roulette.
Yeah.
All right. So I'm going to show that because it's pretty funny. But before that, let me just show you. Have you heard of our Orange Koala campaign?
Yeah, I saw it. You want to show it?
Yeah.
Okay.
Now, for those of you that are new in the chat and don't know, Liam is set up. I've set it up, but for Liam and my show to get donations to run the show. And do you know the reason why we've set our goal at $5,000?
No.
Well,
it says $500.
It says 500, but our actual goal is $5,000 because are you familiar with the Incel Brothers?
Yes.
Yeah. Well, the Incel Brothers, they went on their stream and they spent a long segment complaining that they weren't getting paid to do their weekly show, and that if they've set up a Patreon and they are asking for $5,000 a month, in which case they can quit their job and run their show and you should do it. You should feel obliged to do it because they're giving you all your talking points and your opinions in life.
Right. Yeah, sure.
So they've raised $37.
Okay, it's a start.
It's a start. It's been going for a while. It's probably not as grand as they thought it was. But Liam was of the opinion that, hey, we do a show every single night, not just once a week. And we're not getting paid for it at all. And I think if we can get paid for it, then that would be a good thing. So we have these orange pins and stickers and magnets and triple packs. These are all in Australian dollars, so it's dollary dues. It's actually heaps cheaper. The pin is like $6.50 US or something, and the shipping's like $4 or $5 or something. So it's cheap as chips. It's the cheapest product that Comicscape offers. So if you want to show your support, get a pin. We've got this giant orange koala mega box, which is about $120 US, and that gives you like shitloads of pins and stickers, and you know, I don't know what you're going to do with it, but like there's heaps of them, and then you get a free sketch with that as well.
Well, I will certainly contribute, and I think everybody else should too, because the show's
I
fun.
think everyone that's intending on attending the Comic-Con, are we still going ahead with that?
Believe it or not, we're going to do it. Yeah.
Yeah. So anyone that wants to attend that Comic-Con, I think that they should get an orange umbrella pin, because how cool would it be if everyone in the crowd had one of these these pins on, and like you could see whereabouts is it going to be? Orlando? Or?
Yeah, it's going to be Orlando, so it'll be fun.
Yeah. So you'd see people around at Orlando and they'd be having these pins and you'd be like, that dude is Comicscape.
I love it. That's great.
Yeah?
Yeah, that's a good idea.
All right.
So that's your, I mean, you could have, I mean, this was your pitch, you know, to sell koala pins. I see. Could have been a little more high energy. I'm not saying you needed to shout at Pan and you know, or, you know, shout like I shouted at Pan, but maybe a little bit more energy.
Well, I'm being told that I'm shilling hard.
I guess it's all relative, you know.
I do feel a little bit guilty because it is raising funds for our show, and Liam's sort of not holding up his end of the bargain at the moment. I could imagine that people don't want to fund it for that, but rest assured, I will try to take a disproportionate amount of money from it if you support me.
Okay. I'm gonna support you. I'm definitely gonna buy a whole pile of koala pins, and I can't wait. So.
Okay. So, Mistress Roulette.
Oh boy.
We've been trying to get her on the. We've been trying to get her on the show, and she's keen to come on. But this situation with you and Preston and the police that keep coming to your door, which you refuse to get served, is delaying my interview with Orby.
Well, wait, is she saying that? She's worried that well, I mean, look, I've had the Texas PD surrounding my house with battering rams for the past month. And she's saying that's the holdup. And what does it say there?
Okay, so I hadn't heard from her a while. And then she messaged me out of the blue. And she said, basically, you deserve to understand what's going on. And she says, the complications, Oz, are these. Yes, he did threaten me not to talk to anyone. But I'm also finding it increasingly difficult not to. It feels as if I'm condoning the behavior of his that I've witnessed by being silent regarding it. And I'm simply growing tired of always protecting him. I think that especially in the coming weeks and months, issues of justice, restitution, and remediation are going to only become more rather than less relevant. And I've just had to decide whether or not I'm comfortable with Preston continuing to get away with doing harm to others. I've had to weigh the consequences versus the benefits of doing so. But it's my conscience that's making it difficult to continue my silence. That's how I truly feel. Now it goes on, and I just got to get up the next page.
I mean, she stuck a 10-inch dildo in his ass. You know, I feel like she's done everything she can to make sure that he doesn't, quote unquote, get away with it.
Maybe it's not enough. Maybe it's never enough.
Yeah.
For example, a good man does not say, "There's no paper trail of any abuse she's alleging." A good man says why he does not and would not abuse women or anyone. Preston's answer should be telling. I'll leave it at that for now. Thumbs up from me.
I like the thumbs up answer. It's just like, whatever. You know, that's... Okay.
And then she comes back half an hour later. Does Liam have any horse in that race, if I may ask? And I said, no. We both think Preston is a scumbag. The audience is fascinated by the drama, so I want to hear from you. But we never have Preston on our show.
Is that it, or is there more?
That's the state of things. I just thought that I would reveal that for you because you're my guest, and
I won't tell anyone. It looks like she wants to come on, but she's afraid.
Yes.
Tell her to rest assured. Preston's crazy, and there's no police thing that's happening. There isn't. I mean, the police have not come to my door, and they have not called me. I don't think I'm in any trouble at all. I got a lot of people telling me that I'm in trouble, and I beg to differ. I don't think I'm in any trouble at all. None. And that's too bad.
It is really devastating to a lot of people.
Yeah. A lot of people are hoping that there's something that's going to be revealed, that's going to prove something that's going to lead to me being in trouble. And I will say again, I beg to differ. I don't think there's anything. I don't think I'm going to be arrested. I don't think there's any high crime or misdemeanor that I've been involved with that you guys don't know about that's going to be revealed, and therefore I'm going to be in trouble. I don't think there's anything substantive that somebody like Pan could reveal about me that's going to get me in trouble. Indeed, I think I'm okay. So tell her not to worry and be as confident as I am, and come on this show. And let's interview her about what it's like to stick a 14-inch dildo in Preston Poulter's ass. Literally, and not just metaphorically. You know?
So when you said let's interview you, you'd like to be on the show to interview her? Is that?
No, I want to be in the audience to watch you guys interview her.
Good. Excellent. I just gotta quickly say that because there'll be 30 DMs tomorrow telling me that EBS is trying to take over my show.
Yeah, I wouldn't do that. I want to watch the show. I just wanted to come on today because I swear to God, you've done like 3 shows, and I'm at least 20 minutes of each of them. The conversation always turns to me.
They cannot escape you. I don't quite understand it.
I don't talk about them. I don't talk about any of these people. I don't know why they talk about me all the time. Why worry about me? What? I mean, don't I give enough, Oz? I mean, I do my YouTube shows every single night. I offer Cyberfrog product for sale. I help other people get their books promoted. I feel like I give so much, and yet they want more. They want to talk about me even more. So I wanted to come in here anyway and address some weird stuff that people were saying. I wanted to talk about some of the absolute bullshit. I wanted to talk about Dynamite, where War Campaign could hear it. War Campaign are like, he kept it secret from us. I'm sorry, I don't think I did. I think I mentioned Dynamite many times, but I don't think I've told War Campaign all of the people who are helping me build the product that I sell. Maybe I should. Maybe I owe that to them in Comicsgate. Maybe it's my obligation, or else I'm not Comicsgate. Heard them talking. Oh God, what else? What else were they saying, Oz? Were you listening?
Yeah, one of the big things I think that they constantly complain about is they're obsessed with you having these alts, Ethan. Like this is like the main thing to these guys that I see in common with all of them is that they're obsessed with you having alts, and whether you like someone who's an alt, which means that it's your alt, and things like that. That seems to be some real bugbear with these people.
Yeah, I think that if you'll share my screen for a minute here. Am I being shared?
Yep.
Okay, so let me just log out of my account here. Log out. All right, so here we go. Let me get rid of this. So this is my normal login here. That's going to lead you right back to where I was. Let's get rid of that. These two here, Ethan and Ethan, are going to lead you right back to the same account. And then there's this one, All Caps Comics. Let's click on this and log in. This is my alt. No, let's forget about that. Here we go. So this is my alt account profile. It's Ethan Van Sciver. So as you can see, I'm hiding very cleverly in broad daylight. It's at Sciver Ethan. I've got 31 followers and 4 following. And I just opened it up again today just to see if there was anything in it. But really, I only used it once in November of 2018 to go say some shit to Tim Doyle, and who had me blocked. So that's it. And the thing is, there's a trend going on where I think people are creating alts and imitating my voice, and they think it's funny. So to put on an imperious voice and command as Caesar or the human sunbeam, that is kind of what's going on right now. And to me, I think it's funny. I think full Yakuza Ronin is an absolute genius. I wish I was as clever as she is. I'm not. Point of fact, wish that she would actually do all my tweets for real, because she's hilarious. And this Despotilus person, based on a character for the Sinestro Corps, which I co-created, actually Despotilus itself was created by Moose Bauman, which is, I don't know if the person who is running that account is aware of that irony, but that is not me either. Not at all. And I liked that account when they were called Ehe Van Sciver. Ehe is the nickname my dad gave me, and embarrassingly, when I was a child, embarrassingly revealed it on the air when my dad was sharing the air with me. He just kind of said, "Hey, Ehe." Yeah, I call him Ehe when he was a little kid. Now people call me Ehe. You must believe me when I tell you, I would not set up a Twitter account called Ehe Van Sciver. That's not something I would do. And then I would also not switch that account to be Despotilus, a character created by Moose Bauman, for the purpose of tormenting War Campaign, which is something that if I wanted to do, I would either do it with my alt that I just showed you, that is my name, or I would just do it under my real account. I've chosen instead to block them, block War Campaign for now, until maybe that'll change. Maybe we'll settle down. But until such time as they're not filling my timeline with ridiculous memes. So,
and just so we're clear as well, Ethan, I'm going to assume that you're not as technically savvy as to set up a separate VPN for each of your alts in order for you to show us that screen you just did.
No, I don't know how to do that.
Yeah, that's the general vibe that I was getting from watching your live streams.
Thanks. I don't
know.
No,
I'm just saying. I'm the same. I'm the same. I'm still my bloody Yeti microphone just keeps getting rejected from my my laptop, but it's an intermittent fault. So I'm stuck with these gaming headphones, and I keep it's driving me absolutely insane. But anyway.
The one thing I think people need to understand about me is they call me a narcissist, and I might be. I don't know. I do kind of feel like the world revolves around me because it seems to. Everywhere I go, people are talking about me. I want people to understand that I would speak as myself, and I do. I would not hide, because I want my words to be like my waistline. I want them to have weight. And so when they're coming from me, they mean something. If they're coming from Despotilus, they don't mean anything. So, when I want to say fuck you, I say it as Ethan Van Sciver, not as some random alt that doesn't mean anything. I don't have sock puppet accounts. I don't do that. But what it is, what it looks like, is that people are becoming very paranoid, and they think about me a lot more than I think about me, and I think about me most of the time. So I don't know.
Mm-hmm. So, everybody, I would really like to thank you for coming. There's 252 people here watching. That's absolutely fantastic. You can thumbs up or thumbs down on your way out. I don't mind. I like to see the ratio, whether you enjoyed the show or not. If you did enjoy the show and you're into this kind of content, EVS will assure you that this is pretty much a standard daily occurrence on my show.
Well, I mean, it's never been. You've never had me screaming at the top of my lungs.
Oh no. But I can never actually tell people what's going to happen on my show, so it's always worth tuning in, even if you're drawing and you've got it in the background. Tune in, and I like to be as audio friendly as I can, so I like to read out the chats and so on and so forth.
Yeah, do it. Yeah.
If we can get ourselves up to 1,000 subscribers on this channel, then we can get the super chats, and that's super fun, as Guy would say. Yeah, so subscribe if you like it. All right, please
subscribe anyway. It doesn't cost anything. Reach over and hit the subscribe button and ring the bell for notifications.
Subscribe anyway. And if you don't want to watch it, then just turn off the bell. But you'll want to watch it. Trust me. It's cool. All right, Ethan. Thanks so much for coming. Everyone, back Cyberfrog. It's nearly at $3 million.
Well, 1 million.
Oh, okay.
Maybe in Australian.
It's only at 1 million.
Yeah.
It's nearly at $1 million. Doesn't sound as good now that I've said 3 million, does it?
No, it actually broke my heart.
All right. Life goals. So back Cyberfrog. It looks pretty cool. We haven't seen too much artwork though from it, Ethan. I hope to see a bit more of the artwork like last time.
Yeah, definitely.
I mean, we don't need to see every page like last time, but it would be cool to see a few more.
This one's a lot more spoilery, so
yeah, that's what I was figuring. So I figured because the stuff you've shown has been sort of sections.
By the way, Despotilus just tweeted. Despotilus just tweeted just now. I just got a notification. So let's see what it says here, and if they're pretending to be me. It's semi-interesting, right? Or no, it isn't interesting. Despotilus said, plus they totally stopped memeing Anna's sister. You Can Trust was campaign, and put 2 memes up of me and Anna's sister. So they are still memeing Anna's sister. Okay. Great.
Mm-hmm. So that's not Ethan, everyone. All right. So, yeah, I will look forward to watching. When's your next show, Ethan? You're going to have a day off? You're going to have a break?
I don't know. We'll see. My wife keeps coming down the stairs and looking at me, and I think she wants me to go for a walk or something. So I'm gonna go upstairs. But thank you so much, Oz. I really appreciate it. Thanks for having me on, and thanks to everybody who watched. And sorry for yelling today. I'm sorry, kids.
All right. Goodbye, everybody.